How do you do? It would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
One 1,161, 1,162. Oh, hey, I didn't see you all there. What's up, everybody? I was just busy working out so hard. What's up? Shout out to everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Wyatt's Metal Podcast. We are joined today by the star of the show, Rocket, cleaning himself. Reminding everyone to always bathe. I know that's kind of hard to hear for some metalheads, but be like Rocket and just sit around licking yourself. Thanks for all tuning in, everybody. Let me know if everything is working well. Hopefully. We got quite a few things to go over today. Some upcoming tours that were announced, some albums, some metal legends and not great health, unfortunately. and then some really funny videos to go over, and just to chat and see what's up. How are y'all doing? There's plenty of things to talk about. Let me get to some of the comments here. First up, we have Stefan is a new member. Thanks for joining, man. Godzilla appreciates your membership. I got to make some like Godzilla Project shirts. Would you guys buy a shirt if it was just like Godzilla's legs with like while it was being constructed and I'll put some like dumb saying on it? Maybe. Anyway. Fuck. All right, I'll stop fucking with the camera. Damn it. Thank God I wore pants today. Projector, what is up? It says Wasp is doing European tour. Never fully listened to them. Really? But it'd be interesting to see them live. I mean, their old shit was great. I mean, I was a Wasp fan of their classic stuff. I haven't really listened to the new stuff to give it a fair assessment. I wonder if he'll go on any political rants while he's in Europe. Maybe. Let's see here. We got Max Power says, Hail Savior. Just got back from San Francisco, and you're right. It's a piece of shit. They basically advertise that nonviolent crime is legal. That said, Alcatraz was cool. Yep, you've made an accurate assessment of San Francisco. Yeah, I sort of grew up there. I lived nearby, but most of the concerts that I went to in the beginning of my metal career were in the San Francisco area, directly in San Francisco. And it was shit then. It's only gotten so much worse since. I did really love Alcatraz when I visited it. That was the most peaceful place in San Francisco. I really liked it a lot. Since you were just there, were they doing any rebuilding to restart it as a prison? I'm going to guess not. Because that was a stupid idea. But I do love Alcatraz. If I could somehow visit Alcatraz without going to San Francisco, that would be the best. Let's see what Rocket has in store for us. You just saw. Now he's getting inappropriate. Sharon says, Happy Wyatt's Wednesday, all. For those who celebrate Wyatt Wednesday, Wyatt's Metal Podcast, whatever we're calling it now, I won't judge how you choose to celebrate. Max Power again says, did Sharon ever announce the ban? Granted, she's been busy during Ozzy's death. No, she hasn't. I am going to strongly guess that it was Motley Crue because I feel like it would make sense because of like the legacy of them and Ozzy. I feel like they'd be asked for that, and you could definitely see them being a band that would ask for money in that type of event. I have not seen anything to back that up. So that is just me guessing. So don't be like, why it's metal? Stated fact confirmed that it was Motley Crue. I'm just swinging. I also was wondering if it could be Rob Zombie, just because he was MIA completely, which I thought was weird. But Chris Offer says, what's up, weirdos? We got Night Fox. What's up, Rob Hellfire? Josh L says, nothing is more punk than following the rules, respecting boundaries, and believing in yourself. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Pro-conformity punk rock. Don't forget to hammer smash the like button. Yes, everybody, do me the biggest of favors and hit the like button. It's a very little short finger move for you, and it helps with the algorithm for me. Much appreciated. And do it for all of your favorite YouTubers as well. All right, let me catch up here. I can't go through all of these. Oh, I just randomly came across this one. Sophia says, hi, guys. Did you listen to Lorna Shore's new song? So I am not a Lorna Shore fan. I wouldn't say I'm a hater either, but they just don't do it for me. But I did check out the new single, and that was a roller coaster of emotions for me. Because when it starts off, I'm like, okay, this beginning is all right. You know, not bad at all. It's fine. And this part's a little less so, but it's all right. And then it got to the chorus. Like, this chorus is fucking amazing. Like, if the whole song was like this, I would be a huge fan. Like, I really like this chorus. And then it went to the deathcore breakdown. I was like, and All right, and now it's doing okay, and now you're doing other stuff, and then the chorus came back. And I'm like, oh, I love this part. This is very, very good. I wish all their songs sounded like this. And then it went back to banging on trash cans in silence, and I was like, ah. But I am not a deathcore person at all. So if you're a deathcore fan, you're like, what the fuck? Why do you think that? I'm like, because I don't like your genre, period. That's why. Night Fox says, who's seeing Judas Priest and Alice Cooper in the coming months? I 100% am going to that. Fuck yeah. We just lost Ozzy. You have to go see Alice and Priest while you can. I mean, come on. And they both are still amazing live. That's going to be a good week for me because that is 3 days after my band Dark Insanity plays at the Whiskey A Go-Go with Carnivore AD. That's going to be an awesome show. There's other shit happening then too, actually. I think we just booked another show right after that, actually. October's busy in LA. It will be a hoot hollering good time. All right, let me catch you down here before I forget. The Ink Scene says, I missed out on Alice Cooper at Sonic Temple because we were in the fucking line for merch. 4 hours. Oh, fucking Christ. Yeah, like it sucks, but a lot of the times now at festivals, I just don't even do merch at all anymore. Unless it's like the last day you can grab a overall festival shirt, I'll do that. But I am not about to miss anything to wait in line for a fucking merch shirt. I definitely understand why people do. I'm not, hating on people for buying merch or anything, but it's dumb the way that is. And I know some festivals now are doing like online app purchases, and I think some festivals have done it well, some have not. I've heard some festivals still had like long lines to get your online orders, which gets rid of the entire point. But if they could somehow do that, I think online orders would be the best way to go. Just walk in like, hey, here's a bag of shit. Like, there you go. You should just order everything on like a metal buffet app, and then when you leave the festival, they hand you all your shit. There you go. That's a great idea. Mr. Darkmare, what's up? Says, I wasn't into metalcore, but a few on Reddit got me into it, but it wasn't for me. Yeah, I was thinking of a video I might do. Not confirmed, but I might do. I was thinking of asking you guys, the fans, the haters, the people who call me a poser. I was going to list subgenres of metal that I'm not really into, which would be metalcore, deathcore, math in general. Not just mathcore, but math is not good for metal vocalists. Prog, more like I'd have to think more. NSBM, definitely one. And I'm going to tell people like, all right, name what you would consider the best 3 bands in these genres, and then I'll check them out and then see. Change my mind. It will be change my mind in metal. Probably won't change my mind, but that might be a decent idea. Hannah says you got to get merch when there's a lame band on. Correct. Yes, that is the best time to do it. If there's a like co-headliner that you're not into, that is the best time to go get merch. When I was younger, I used to be the kid that was like would grab the rail 3 hours before the show. I'm like, I'm not fucking moving. I'd like have bruises everywhere, be starving afterward, covered in everybody's sweat. And now I'm at the point where even if a band I like is playing a song that's not one of my favorites, I'm like, I'll dip to the bathroom really quick and then come back. Like, all right, I'm way more chill now than I used to be. Riva says, at Fest, I go to merch first thing when I get in the gate. That's what a lot of people do. Someone gets packed. If you're one of the first at the gate at all and then get in, that's definitely the best timing. On 70,000 Tons of Metal, they still do it the way where people camp out the morning before. Yeah, they're camping out on a cruise ship in a hallway, waiting for the merch to open. Blake Gunnell says, "Have y'all listened to the new Falling in Reverse song? Do you mean the second like country one?" Yeah. It wasn't for me. I like the other country song, the one with Jelly Roll. I like that one. The new one, it's very well done. Everything he does is extremely cinematically well done. The song was just not up my alley, but I'm not. There we go. Country metal will be another one of subgenres like Lister 3 that I'll check out. By the way, I hope I don't get attacked now, because if you guys didn't see, I did the interview with Jordina talking about the whole Lamb Goat versus Ronnie Radke situation, which was really retarded. And after I posted that video, Ronnie Radke started following me on Instagram. So cool. Yeah. If he checks this out, hi. You're welcome to come on anytime if you want to. See, I'm telling you guys, grifting works. One day I'm gonna go on tour and just shill as hard as I can. No, I'm kidding. Also, I think it's just the other artist he had Hardy on. I have no idea who Hardy even is. So yeah. But we got HL. What do you think of August Burns Red? I love their Christmas stuff. I'm excited to put those albums on every year. But aside from that, I don't think so now. I've tried some other ones here and there. They're normal ones. Metalcore. It's just a wall for me, unfortunately. Sorry. But yeah, the Christmas stuff is great. Yeah. Grunge and trap metal are worse genres. Yeah. As I just said that, I'm not checking out trap metal. You can fuck off completely. No. I check out everything else. No. That is I don't listen to fucking Xanax core. Metalcore vocals are what kill me. That is exactly it for me. I've made fun of many times on here. Bands are like, I am angry and now I'm gonna cry. I'm like, I fucking hate it. Do one or the other. Very few bands can. That doesn't mean I hate every single band that mixes clean singing and normal singing. Obviously, like Devin Townsend doesn't do that type of shit. Emperor doesn't do that type of shit. But in terms of like core bands, yeah. Xanax core. I'm telling you. New genre name. You're welcome. Projector says, at Tolminator, I missed out on Insanity Alert merch after they performed because I left my wallet in my car so I don't lose it in the pit. I mean, that was probably a smart move. Insanity Alert is awesome. I saw them once at Hellfest, and they were great. A lot of fun. Just stupid, dumb thrash in the best way. Gamer Crew, what are you drinking, Wyatt? I'm drinking pure cocaine. It is Rockstar. Zero sugar, because sugar is evil. Even though it's still not good, but it's less bad. But I was drinking Monsters, the white ones, heavily, and then they felt like just weren't working anymore. So I tried one of these, and I need to just quit energy drinks entirely. Don't take this as like an ad for energy drinks. This is an anti-smoking ad. I might as well be on here with the fucking tracheotomy. Being like, I'm still smoking cigarette. Like, but since we mentioned Falling in Reverse, I have a funny ass thing to get to in a sec. But Metal Matrix, what do you think of Ice 9 Kills? I tried them. Again, didn't do it. I can appreciate the fun of like the horror movie, just having fun with that. Like, that's cool. And, they do like, I think, a little bit of prop stuff on stage. I don't really know that much, but music wasn't for me. So I grew up in the Gilman in Berkeley, with grindy ass thrash metal that all sounded the same, punk bands that didn't shower. It has to be grinding. If it's very well produced, there's already like a 50% chance I'm not gonna like it. Not a complete blackout statement, but I'm just saying. Also, I watched their video they did where they had Art the Clown from Terrifier. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like a gore porn fan. I like a good horror movie, but it has to have somewhat of a decent story. I'm not into just like ever just butchering innocent people just for the blood count. I'm like, all right, I don't know. So, but I get why people like them, because when I was getting into metal and hard rock and everything, I was drawn to the shock rock type of thing. So I can appreciate that they keep that going. You know, I don't have to like a band's music to have some type of appreciation for them. Anyway, this is a great call. Wait. Gamer Crew. Because of this channel, I started listening to the greatest band of all time, Arnocore. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Everyone check out Arnocore. If you think I'm talking about Austrian Death Machine, no, that is the shit ripoff Temu version of Arnocore. I actually have their stuff right there in the gym that people claim that I don't use. And if you need a ballsy self-motivation band about ancient Austrian folk tales like Predator and Terminator, check the fuck out of Arnocore. Also, definitely one of the top 5 best live bands I've ever seen, ever. Not just saying that because I'm friends with them. Really quick, before I forget, because it was brought up, Falling in Reverse, and they had a funny-ass thing happen recently that I'm going to go over. I don't care if you like Falling in Reverse or you hate them. This is just a funny thing to laugh at. Like I've said many times, I don't care if people dislike Ronnie Radke or Falling in Reverse. I would just prefer it was for actual real reasons and not stupid internet rumors. But I might have to skip ahead to not. So at a Falling in Reverse show recently, this really retarded fan rushed onto the stage, and I will let you guys check it out. And if I get copyrighted, Ronnie, please don't, or tell whoever's in charge to not do that. I should probably. All right, there we go. Let me know what you guys think of this. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Get this fucking alcoholic pregnant mom of 5 out of here, dude. What in the fuck? They're ruining the show. This bitch needs all the fucking attention. Imagine her at home. What the hell? Guys! We take this very seriously. Don't run up here. She's lucky she didn't get tackled. Guys, come on.
She's lucky she didn't explode. Falling in Reverse has, I'm not just because she was a fucking whale. I made that joke up as I was saying it. That was pretty good. I'm proud of myself. Falling in Reverse have a ton of pyro on stage. She's clearly not aware of where it's all coming from. She could have went up in flames and we would have laughed even harder. She's lucky that she got away with a not literal roasting.
Come on, be smarter than that. You guys are all smarter than that. There's always one. Hello? There's fucking fire up here, dude. You know what I mean? Holy shit, imagine. Ronnie Radke literally burned somebody to death. Not even my fault. Lamp though. Ronnie Radke killed someone again. No, I didn't. Holy fuck. Anyways, at least put a bigger shirt on. Holy fuck, man. Guys. We're gonna talk so much shit later. So crazy. What in the slot from the Goonies? Hey, you guys! If you do that, you deserve that. Okay?
Some people were saying that he shouldn't have ridiculed her. It's a fan who was excited to get on stage. It's not a big deal. I completely fucking disagree. If the band invites you on stage, then go on stage. If they don't, then fucking do not. Like we said, all the pyro and stuff, biggest concern. But it depends on, like someone asked in the chat a minute ago, what would I do if a fan stormed a stage that I was playing on? Well, my band is not playing arenas with pyro. So if we're playing a show where there's people that are rowdy enough to be jumping off the stage and having fun, we like that. We're not at the point really where we have to worry about some psychotic. If someone was rushing the stage, they'd probably get stomped out really quickly. But we're the type of band where, like, yeah, if we're playing smaller places, which I mean we are because we're not a big band, admittedly, people jump off the stage and mosh and everything, and it's fucking awesome. It clearly depends on the band. It's not a blanket statement. If you're seeing a punk band in a club, then it's way more acceptable to get on the stage. If you're seeing a big fucking band in an arena with really bad security, she was up there for a long time before anyone ran up to her. Like a long time. I know they eventually got her off, but that could have been very bad. Anyway, yeah, so like I've seen bands bring a shit ton of fans on stage, Suicidal Tendencies. If they're playing, I've seen them at festivals like Hellfest, where they bring up a shit ton of fans on the stage and security's kind of freaked out. Like Tolminator, it's way more likely for it to happen because it's more of a DIY crazy scene. But one time I saw Guar when Odorous was alive, and they were playing, doing everything, having a crazy time. Some fan starts climbing up on the stage, and Odorous ran up and kicked that motherfucker straight off the stage. As he was like climbing up, he went bam, a big dinosaur foot right into him. And I saw Odorous look at him and just be like, the joke was over at that point. I mean, they kept going. They didn't like ruin the show, but I saw that moment. And obviously, Odorous and Guar were good friends with Dimebag, so makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if it's the type of band that welcomes that, then of course. But if it's not, don't be a fucking idiot, you know? Is there any more that go on there?
Thank you. I love you guys, but listen. I forgot my name.
Oh no, it just goes in the next song now. But and that stupid bitch doubled down too. She posted the video of her running through the crowd. And afterward, like I saw comments from people who were at the show, and they were saying that she was being a problem. You saw she was barefoot, kind of crazy ass fan, does that in the arena. Yeah, yeah. That's really much it. I completely believe in bringing back public shaming if you're going to do stupid shit like that. If she was just in the crowd doing nothing, and then he pointed her out and ridiculed her, then yeah, that would be bad. But that's not what happened. There's been I've seen plenty of bands rip on stupid ass people like that. The Exploited always invite the crowd when they play Sex and Violence. Yeah, and the security in front of the stage hates it every time. Yeah, I've seen them do that too. Wait, do I have proof she was barefoot? I just saw it, but if you didn't see it, let me try to pull it up again. Shit, now I gotta try to find it. I already closed out. We were jumping subjects. Yeah, Ronnie, if you're watching, I support you making fun of that fat bitch. That was hilarious. All right, let me find the other one she made then, and then we'll keep going. I saw someone talking about it. Where'd it go? Can never find anything on this show. Get like shit popping up constantly, and then I'm live and I can't find any of it. I'll take my word for it. I can't find any more. But yeah, no, she was. Do Arnocorps still tour? Would love to see them live. They do very occasionally. Every like couple years, they'll do a short UK tour. Usually they're playing California, either NorCal or SoCal. They actually just played at the Gilman in Berkeley recently, I think. Or maybe it was in San Francisco somewhere. But they did play the Gilman just recently, which is crazy. I thought it was shut down. But if you get the chance, dude, seriously, not just because I don't like their band because I'm friends with them. I'm friends with them because I love their fucking band. I was a fan first. And if you get the chance to see Arnocorps live, it's the greatest experience ever. Arnicore playing with DRI in California. Yeah, that would be a good ass show. Or it just happened. I don't know if Gilman does like things sometimes, but I swore it was shut down too. Because I used to go all the time as a teenager. But Arnicore just did something there recently, so I don't know. Yeah, let me catch up. Getting back through some of these comments. Wyatt, what is your advice for someone who's starting vocals in metal, thrash vocals like me? Don't try to overexert yourself immediately. Work up to it rather than you got to crawl before you can run. I definitely recommend doing some type of vocal lessons and training. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube. I learned through the DVD Zen of Screaming by Melissa Cross, and learning through that and through her techniques helped me so that I've never coughed up blood when I was doing vocals. A lot of people say that happens. I've managed to avoid it because of doing lessons. So that's what I would recommend. Don't overexert yourself to where you damage yourself before you even know what you're doing. All right, I'm catching up. There was another weird incident at a concert recently that I wanted to go over very quickly. I'm going to wait, let me skip ahead, but sorry, I'm going through Rockvid's video and getting to the main important part. But at a Limp Bizkit concert in, I think in the UAE, they're over there. They just played in like Saudi Arabia. An interesting, I think, thing happened. It's a sign of the modern times we're in. Someone not part of the show, just like a fan, was flying a drone in the crowd. And so let me give you the headline. Fred Durst knocks a drone out of the air while he's performing. And I kind of had the thought of like it was floating around close to him and he hit it. In the video, you'll see that it's basically just floating right in front of him, like where my webcam is now. So check this out. Am I showing the screen right? Yeah.
Without missing a beat. Now, again, concert promoters take this kind of thing very seriously. These drones can actually be a security risk for one.
It's just floating right there. It's not even like going by. Yeah, whoever did that's a dickhead. Frederick Durst with the worst. On this channel, we praise be to the Durstmeister. I guess Durst just had one of those days. I like Significant Other from Limp Bizkit. The drone got a significant hit from Limp Bizkit. Yeah, that was stupid. I think drones are great for filming concerts when you can get angles that are out of the way, but why the fuck would you even think of doing that? It's one thing to have your phone in your face blocking the people in front of you. It's one thing to block the artist.
Without missing a beat.
That was just like the most casual, like grandpa pimp slap. Just like, no, you're just gonna take it. That's not a fight. That's disrespect. Bam. Did the dude stick the drone up his ass to sneak it in? I have no idea. Maybe snuck in the remote and flew it in? That is a guess. I don't know. Happy birthday, Fred Durst. You got to destroy a drone. Nice. He was given something to break. Man, if he did that during break stuff, that would have been great. They should have known right then. As soon as he hit it, just go into the riff. Just, it's time. Improvise. Damn Clanker trying to ruin a Limp Bizkit concert. I was thinking on my other channel, Wyatt Vision, I might make a video of me just saying the most horribly offensive sounding Clanker slurs I can think of. The ones that really verge on the line, but be like, oh, okay, just because I think it would be funny. Fucking Clanker! Come back to the factory! You inhuman piece of robotic shit! You'll never be one of us! Know your place, Clanker! Drones for an open air festival I can get for like wide shots, but indoors and just right in front of the band is a dick move and possibly injury waiting to happen. Yeah! One of the stupid little motors could have flew off and took someone's eye out. Clanker is our word, but you can say clanka. Damn. Clanker slurs, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. On the Wyatt Vision channel, I'm going to do a really insulting sounding video about clankers. Hard R on the clanker, that's what I'm saying. Oh my god. Yeah. Slash is my homie says, did I miss the Louder Than Life 2025 announcement reading? No, actually, I pulled up the schedule because I saw they announced it and I thought we could go over it and see what we would be doing. What I saw briefly, the first day looked really good. Skynet's going to ask for reparations. Rust buckets, oil heads, tin can. This is great. Get that wire back off the stage. Anyway, what are we doing? Yeah, I got the Louder Than Life one that we'll go over here momentarily. I guess we could just go to that. Is there anything else to get through first? Because we got some news stories. Yeah, fuck. Do you guys want to go over the Louder Than Life schedule now? We can get to everything else. Stefan, going to 70K 2026, considering going after watching your videos on previous years. I'm not planning on it. I would like to. We'll see what happens. But at the moment, I'm not planning on it. Next year, I'm definitely going to do Hell's Heroes and Maryland Death Fest. So it's like a work requirement now. I have to. Might be doing Tons of Rock in Norway. I'm going to do my absolute bestest to be back at Tolminator in one form or another. And hopefully more. We'll see. If anyone wants to buy me festival tickets, I'll go to whatever festival you want and document it and make a bunch of jokes. Where we're at? Fuck, I just saw a comment. I never see anyone talk about Louder Than Life, so it's exciting when someone does. I'll talk about any metal festivals we find on this channel. That's always like the main thing. Every clanker is a robot, but not every robot is a clanker. This is going to be hilarious. We have AI now. Let's make an AI cartoon show where a clanker family moves into a neighborhood and they're prejudiced against. Of all different, it has to be like every type of human, the most like diverse community of humans, and they have to be so fucking racist to the clankers that it will be funny. How are Danny Wimmer festivals? I'm thinking of going to Incarceration this year. I've only heard great things about pretty much every Danny Wimmer festival. Like, I always let people know they're massive outdoor festivals, so you're going to be out in the sun a lot. There's going to be long lines for things. So, like, the normal things you can expect from a major outdoor event can happen, but there's nothing, like, shady at all involved in those festivals. They've never been in trouble for, like, ripping anyone off, I don't believe. I've only heard from people who work in the industry that they're good, reliable festivals. So yeah, just as long as you're prepared for a big, massive festival with thousands of people, there you go. Need Arnold Corps to come to Scotland. I think they went once. Maybe more, because yeah, they occasionally do UK tours. Projector says, Wyatt, don't sing Godzilla, but I prefer Austrian Death Machine over Arnold Core musically. Don't get me wrong, I like Arnold Core and hate Tim.
Fool this man!
Motherfucker. No. Anyway, yeah, let's pull up the Louder Than Life one now. Why not? Stefan just dropped in out of nowhere with a massive 100 Ron super sticker. I'm not entirely sure what currency that is, but thank you, dude. I highly appreciate that. It's fucking awesome. Shout out. I'm afraid my daughter will marry a clanker. God damn it. All right, maybe the clanker racism stream will have to be a stream, actually, because people can join in. Jesus Christ. We got Louder Than Life schedule. We're jumping to that now. Oh, before I forget, I'll say it now, actually. So, I've been thinking of some type of challenge thing I can do. Get this off for a sec. So, we're not doing it on this stream, so don't get excited. But this is the plan for another one. I am already at the point in my hair length growth where I'm getting very tired of it. It's very nice to headbang with, but in every other situation, it sucks. It's sweaty, I don't like it. Now, I was trying to think of some type of super chat challenge donation thing as like a hair competition. Like, I haven't figured out it yet, but I'm like, if a certain dollar amount super chat would be, I don't cut my hair for like a long time, however much it goes, let's say. Certain dollar super chat would be like completely clean shaven. And then somewhere in between. I've not planned this out, but I want to see what people think of this idea, because I think it could be fun. And I'm already at the point where, like, well, I kind of want to do it anyway. Might as well make it fun for people. So you could torture me by being like, no, you don't cut your hair for 10 years. I'll be like, fuck. God damn it. But yeah, that's just an idea I was thinking of. Let me know what you think in the comments, or I'll just go back to the normal, shorter style. It sucks because, like, doing metal stuff, I love having longer hair. In every other moment, I don't want it. Dr. Phil cut for $500 super chat. I'll do a Dr. Phil cut. Bald Wyatt before GTA 6 wasn't on my bingo card. A lot of people seem to think I'm bald already. I get tons of comments from people saying that I'm bald, and I'm like, you're blind. Like, do you know how cameras work? I have a large forehead. I know this. This is where I keep my very large brain. But I am not bald. It's weird. There you go, yeah. 6,666 gold to fully shave. That's a good one, yeah. That'll be at the top of the list for now. I've never seen it, like, not slicked back. That's pretty much the style I've always done for my entire life, pretty much. Carrie King it, bro. Just don't get fat and gay. Don't have to. You said Carrie King it, though. What do you? I don't know about the gay part, but the fat part you have to do. Watches a Wyatt versus Vakken video. Versus Vakken. Wyatt goes live in Vakken shirt. This is from the Mudfest year that made me not really want to go anymore, which I always say I feel bad about. Someone who works for Vakken commented on my video saying that they really loved the way I talked about it, even despite my like grievances here and there. And I was like, I totally respect you guys. You're all fucking awesome. It's the German rain that I hate. Anyway. Why keeping the Lionel Stanley look alive, not a diss? Bald and shiny. Well, I have never gone bald before. I've gone close. I think the shortest I've gone is like 2 in the cutting, whatever it's called. But yeah, I've never done that. Anyway, all right. Now we'll get to. Wait, why is it not showing it? Oh, there it is. All right. Louder Than Life schedule. This takes place in. Louder Than Life's in Kentucky, right? Next month, pretty much exactly a month from now. Pause. Energy drinks are really horrible when they start getting room temperature, so I might have to chug faster. But from what I saw, this first day looks great. It's starting first band of the day, 11:45 is Fulci. However you say it. I'm saying Fulci. Awesome fucking band that I know about now thanks to you guys. Because I was getting harassed for months that I need to check them out. And I was like, all right, finally, I will. And within 10 seconds, I was like, yeah, I love this. This is exactly my style of music. You're right. You're right. So that would be an excellent way to start the day. Hi, Wyatt. We at the Jellyfish Lounge love you, bro. Shout out. What's up? Where is the Jellyfish Lounge at? Bro, half bald. That will go higher. But the really insane ones will have to be like $8,000 to do half bald. Things that are just no one would consider doing. So that if someone does, it would suck. Have you seen any Lucio Fulci films? I'm probably butchering that. Don't blame me. Blame America. Not that I can name. Like, I might have. I'm not sure. I know that, yeah, the horror film, French dude. Yeah. Anyway, after them, the next band that I personally would watch would be Guilt Trip, who I've not really listened to that much. I know they're more hardcore. But I might actually go. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I was told that Guilt Trip and Gundrummer might be meeting up soon, and I may have been invited on that adventure, more or less. So there's a spoiler. Don't tell anyone. It sucks because like I'm 100% gonna go hang out with Gundrummer and blow shit up and make a video for the channel. But YouTube is like super against gun stuff, so I know that video will get restricted super hard, but I don't care. I have to do it. It sounds awesome. Anyway, I would watch Guilt Trip or Fear Factory, somewhere between there. Municipal Waste, of course. Even though they stood me up, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not butthurt by it. It's fine. Black Dahlia Murder. But we've also got over here Big Ass Truck, a band that we've talked about on here solely because of their name. I still don't know what they sound like. It's just funny whenever I see a festival lineup that says Big Ass Truck, and I just assume it's a stage and a truck drives out and everyone's like, ah, and it just drives off. So I would check them out just to see what the fuck they are. And they're followed by Silly Goose if their singer is not in jail. Because they are silly gooses and like to show up and play random places. That story was actually kind of bullshit. We do got Carcass on the main stage, which is great. But I'd probably go see just what this is. You know? Nothing against Carcass. I saw them in Iceland this year. Where's Hot Milk, aka Cambodian immigrant breast milk? It got deported. All right, where are we at? Exodus, 100% watching Exodus. I'm one of the people who are very happy they got Rob Dukes back. Nothing against Zetro, I just really like Rob Dukes. Then we've got Calvera, Cannibal Corpse. Definitely doing that. It gets like pretty crazy from this point out. At the same time as them as Sangrijaberger, I would go with Cannibal Corpse. And then I would have dinner. Because this would be a good time for a break. I would maybe see what Peeling Flesh is. I think I heard that they're crazy. And after that, I would watch Marilyn Manson because he's good now. At least when I last saw him in 2019, he was great. I've seen Manson maybe 5 times now. And in the like 2010s, he was really bad because he was beyond wasted. But then the last 2 times I've seen him, I think were both in 2019, and he was very good both times. So yeah. Then after Manson is either Lamb of God or Kubla Khan. I'd probably go with Lamb of God, but I still have not checked out Kubla Khan. I probably should. After that, conflicting, we got Rob Zombie with Lorna Snore. Sure. I fucking love Rob Zombie. I've never been disappointed with one of his concerts. Any chance I get, I will go see. Rob has everything I like in a show. Huge stage show that's silly and fun and explosive. He's funny and sounds good and is entertaining and is like running around. It is not boring. And then Slayer, and that will be Slayer. They're I think this is the only one they're playing because they're making up for last year when it got shut down because of a fucking hurricane. That was a crazy situation. Kubla Khan, the hardcore beatdown hardcore band from Texas. Yeah, Texas hardcore scene is very hot right now. Projector says, saw Exodus with Dukes this June and Zetro at Tolminator. Honestly prefer Zetro because he's killer but friendly, and Dukes is just killer. Yeah, I can see that. I like Dukes as more just kind of like very vicious sound. But that's not the shit on Zetro at all. You know, he's awesome too. Anyway, where are we at? Next, because that was only one day. I would say day 1 of Louder Than Life is pretty killer. I would have a good time pretty much all day. Day 2, Friday, pause for caffeine. We found hot milk. We found hot milk. We found Cambodian breast milk. Somebody was asking where they're at. They're over here. Day 2. You have to leave it out overnight for it to get extra milky. What is the first? I would probably see what the hell that is, to be honest. I would. Our red jumpsuit apparatus going to be checking everyone's voter registration cards. It's a festival, so I don't know, because they said that. The first band I would watch today has not shown up on the lineup yet. I would sleep in. Very comfortable day of sleep. But I would wake up for Dragon Force, who is sort of followed by Unearth. Dragon Force is always fun. Unearth is always fun. Unearth is one of the exception bands because they're metalcore. And I don't listen to their albums at all, but every time I've seen them live has been fucking awesome. They put on a killer show. So whenever they're on a lineup, I'm stoked to see them. I can't name a single song, but I'm always like, hell yeah, let's go. So I would have woken up by this point and seen Dragon Force and Unearth and Powerful. Fuck yeah. That's cool. Playing at a huge festival like this in America, I think is really neat. And then I would go to Hatebreed afterward. Jamie Jossa, friend of the channel. And then I would go to bed. That's it. Ending around 8:30. Get 4 bands. Not bad. Lots of time to get crowd shots of the festival for when I make the video. Who the fuck are 70% of these? This is what shows up on the majority of American festivals. Yeah. Some are better than others. I'm not against all of these bands or anything like that. But this is what genuinely most American festivals look like. Unearth is fun as shit. Red Jumpsuit is playing in Houston on Sunday. I'm like, yeah, maybe should have skipped this state after their political stance. There's gonna be like one person there. You're like, I didn't know anyone was going to see Red Jumpsuit Apparatus at all. Then they decided to negate like the small percentage of people listening to their music anyway. Plenty of good stuff to see for the heck of it. That is the best thing about festivals, I think. When there's downtime, nothing to watch, you can just kind of wander around and see stuff. Discovered so many bands that way. Yeah. Decent little afternoon dinner and a show. Day 3, Saturday. Fuck, I have to do a video next so I can chug this. I'd probably watch Spirit World. Not a super big fan. I think I want to like this band more than I actually like this band. I've tried a couple times, but the vocals just kind of throw me off. But Devil Driver, I'd watch Devil Driver. It's always good. Acid Bath, of course. Guys, this is a really hard decision. Are we going to watch Acid Bath or Hawthorne Heights? This is just a really hard conflict right here. I just don't know what to do. Anyway, I would probably skip this day. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Machine Head. Wouldn't mind seeing Cypress Hill. Yeah, I'm good. Acid Bath and Machine Head and Cypress Hill. That's it. What's day 2? So far, first day is killer. For me personally. I know other people are obviously going to have a great time. This is my channel. So what I say goes. No. Watch Yngwie Malmsteen. I saw him once. I'm good. If you're not a guitar player, there's no real point in watching a guitar jerker-offer, masturbator. It's like, I get it. Except playing very early in the day. But I would definitely watch them. That's cool. Tech 9 I would definitely watch. I've not seen yet. He's been at festivals I've been to, but there's been other bands I wanted to see on instead. I would definitely watch fucking Tech 9. That's sick. We got Slaughter to Prevail. I'd watch them. Just make people mad. Testament, of course. All right, there we go. Yeah, Testament for sure. We got Bruce Dick. Ooh, I do Bruce Dickinson. Saw him at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Loved it. It was great. And then that would be it. I would wrap up with Bruce Dickinson. I think the last day is my second favorite. I know it's not saying much, but there's more things I would see. Kind of random as shit that I would see Yngwie Malmsteen and then Tech 9 and then Slaughter to Prevail and then Bruce Dickinson. This place has got everything. But yeah, for me personally, day 1 is pretty fucking killer. The rest of it is not my bag, baby. Thoughts on the Louder Than Life festival lineup? Is anyone going? All this for 500 is a steal. European festivals are much cheaper. I agree. If you like a lot of those bands, then I would agree that it is for sure. But there are a lot of cheaper festivals. That's the thing about American festivals; they're expensive. But I am admittedly the type of person where I would rather spend $500 on a weekend festival ticket than $500 on one fucking headlining concert. I would rather get more bang for my buck than just $500 to be in the pit for one band. Logan says, I'll be there all 4 days. Have a great time. Hope it's awesome. Kinky Sizemore, I'm going the first 2 days of Louder Than Life. Good choice. I would probably do similar. Yeah. Metal Threat for 500. This is the same price. Is Metal Threat 500? That can't be right. You're lying to me. Hang on. I really am thinking about checking out this festival too, just because of its crazy ass lineup. Well, show me the goddamn flyer. What the fuck? What are you doing? Enjoy old man argues with computer. There we go. This festival I only found out about recently. For people who think that there are no underground metal festivals in America, check this out. And to be fair, I didn't know about it until someone told me. Metal Threat Festival in Chicago. In Chicago, get you a pie. The Windy City. We have got a lot of offensive shit. We have, I can't even name all, I can't read all these, to be fair. A lot of bands that will make people cry online, which I like. I want to go check this out because you don't see this type of lineup in America at all. Like, I was blown away when I saw this. I think Satanic War Master's on here. Yeah, this thing. I want to go to this. I'm not even a major fan of any of these bands super particularly, except like Unleash is dope, Sinister Master, cool, Destroy 666 is good. I enjoy them, but this type of festival you really don't see in America. And I want to check it out. Wait, you said it was 500? I don't believe you. Am I looking at the right page? Where am I? No, it's not. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you're right. Mostly. It's close. It's close. Damn. 4-day pass, Thursday through Sunday is $426.70. Are there more fees? Probably. Damn. That's, I don't know, that's a little pricey for an underground festival. But I get it. Like, these are bands that don't play in America. A lot of them. So I understand it takes a bit more pull to get a lineup like this. I'm not confirming that I'll be there, but I would very much like to, because that's dope. What are people saying? Am I canceled for looking at the lineup? Oh, this is good. Yep. Yeah, I didn't even know about that festival until someone in the industry told me about it, and I was like, I don't know what that is. Holy fucking shit, look at that lineup. We have Hell's Heroes Festival in Houston every year. Yeah, I need to check that out. Haven't been yet, but I definitely want to make this one the year that I go. Shit, sorry. Catching up. I see why it's expensive. Got to pay all those bands. Yeah. I get it. As someone who doesn't like spending money, I see that and I'm like, oh. But as someone who understands how concerts and rare events like that happen, I get it. Max out, credit card, rent RV, go to every festival. Yes. I really wish when I was younger, I did just go to Europe, built a van life van, and just went around to festivals. That was my dream. I ended up in shitty life circumstances instead. I should have had the balls to just go do it. If you're thinking about going to Europe and living in a van, do it. Go live in a van down by the river. Where are we at? Shit, sorry. Up next. What should we talk? There's a couple of things. Oh, we're talking about festivals. Tolminator released their highlight video for this year. Let's play it so I have an excuse to finish my drink. Wait for it. So this is the Tolminator Festival in Slovenia. If you're new to the channel, I'm not. I was subscribed. Don't tell them that I wasn't subscribed to the channel. Tolminator might be my favorite festival, not just because of my band got to play there last year, but I love the area before. We have a whole history. You can go back and look at the channel. But amazing location, amazingly affordable, amazing bands, run by amazing people. The people who run this festival are fans. They have a Tolminator band where it's the organizers, and they just play like stupid punk thrash songs and have a ridiculous time. They're not concerned about playing well at all. It's meant to just have fun. Let's see how much I can play this without getting copywritten. I'm just mute it right now. I can't. Don't get me in trouble. This is probably not like a big copywritten song. It's probably fine. This is a festival about fun. There's not a single thing here that was a cash grab or made you feel like, oh, we have to endure this. Every single bit of it is meant for having fun and having the best time. It's extremely wholesome. Whoever said that in the comment. And copyright, you've been copyright struck. Projector with the sign in the video. Doing some Inception shit right here. Hold up, I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. Those are the festival organizers performing on the DIY stage. I'm telling these dudes were fucking awesome.
What's up, motherfuckers? Did you really think we were done?
Dude, so my band played on the beach stage while we're performing. We can see people floating down the river and everything. And after we performed, I get off stage, I go straight to the river and I dive like head first in. And my body was so warm and jacked up from performing that there was a good second or two where the river is ice cold, but I could feel my body was still burning hot. And it was just such a weird combination.
Did you think this a fucking game? Well, time to show me what you fucking done. With a bit like a bit of fight. One wrong step now, it's too late. The room will feel sometimes no day.
Hey, I'm genuinely thinking about moving to Tolman. Me and my friend have been sort of talking about it. If Slovenia has some type of like digital nomad visa thing, I need to make it happen. I'm not joking. It seems like a far-fetched thing, but keep watching my videos and liking them so I earn more YouTube revenue so that I can move to Slovenia. That is the goal for the channel. They even had no, they had some pyro last. Yeah, because when Behemoth played, they had pyro, but that was a lot right there. Hell yeah! Check out Tolminator. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen my video of when my band went there to perform, definitely check it out. Probably the video I'm most proud of. My band still has moments where we're at band practice, and if we're really like going out and feeling it, we'll have like flashbacks of playing at Tolminator. Hopefully, we can do it again sometime. The fuck are we doing? Pot, sorry. I just froze for some reason. Don't worry, Mom, I'm just going because I want to study abroad. Me studying abroad, it's like hitting the beer bong while you're crowd surfing. I was saying, if I go back next year, fingers crossed, I want to do a podcast while floating down the river. Because if you go up far enough, it takes like an hour to float down that fucking river. So doing a whole podcast like that, I think would be pretty great. Well, the previous festival at Tolman, you exposed Little Bo Prick to the world, so you will be welcomed like a true savior. Dude, I was. It was so funny. Everyone I met there was saying like how thankful they were for my videos exposing that motherfucker. It was really cool. It was really cool. Slovenia is full of really good people, and he's not even Slovenian, so there you go. Where are we at? Let's talk about recent tours that got announced. Thanks to new site for my regular metal news, Metal Insider. Discovered, thankful to Jordina, who was on the podcast that I interviewed. This is as far as I can tell, a non-biased metal news site where they would just tell you things that happened without putting a stupid spin on it. But we got 17 recent tours and festival reveals. Let's go. No, I do not have an ad blocker. Don't ask. Because DIY punk. Iceland Souten Metal Festival. Fuck yeah. That's the one I went to this year. We've already covered that one a couple times, but that would be the video that I'm the second most proud of, I would say, is the Souten Festival. I very much want to go back to that one. We'll definitely see. Saliva announced summer, fall 2025 tour with Earshot, the founder, and something. All right. All right, I might need to get an ad blocker. Like Moths to Flames announced fall 2025 tour. I don't know who they are. Hell's Heroes Festival announced first wave of bands. There we go. We've been talking about that. Yeah, so earlier I said in a video that Dirk Schneider and Sanctuary were headlining Hell's Heroes. Apparently that's wrong. Apparently the headliners have not been announced yet. But they are on the lineup. So yeah, in Houston, Texas, Hell's Heroes, Dirk Schneider, Sanctuary, Tankard, Voivod. This is another festival where it's not as black metal underground as Metal Threat was, but it's still old school kind of speed metal underground. Like you don't see these on the big festivals in America. Hold up, I'm catching up. Making sure I don't miss anything here. Still waiting for the Nevermore tour announcement. It's definitely coming. Look, they're hitting the festivals next year. They've already been announced for a few of them. But anyway, yeah, Hell's Heroes. Need to go. Everyone who's gone has told me it's awesome. Inaugural Iron Fortress Death Fest taking place in October. I don't even know what that is. Inaugural Iron Fortress Death Fest, October 18th at the Black Circle in Indiana. Some creepy shit. We got bands Decadent, Chorus of Demons, Swamp Grave. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who any of these bands are. I've heard of Piss Rot. Probably a pretty slamming time. Daniel says, whoa, we have 91 people here and only 51 likes. Don't be a wiener. Like the video. If you want me to not bitch and whine and beg for money, like the video. It will help out. Anyway, keep going. We got Septic Flesh add second performance at the Odeon at the Acropolis. Dude, oh, are you serious? Second show at, I thought this was America for a second, but I was wrong. Septic Flesh at the Acropolis of Athens. I'm probably saying that wrong, but oh my god, I want to fucking go to this show. That is, I didn't even know this was happening. I thought it was already happened. September 26th and 20th. Fuck. How much are flights to Athens right now? Who wants to super chat me a flight to Athens so I can document this video? Fuck, that's cool. Ah. That's a money. That's a concert I would pay a lot of money to attend. That's fucking dope. Anyway, I'm jealous of anyone in Europe who can go to that. Weed Eater add 2025 tour dates. They're doing some shows, looks like with Acid Bath, High on Fire, and Baroness. Damn. Looks like North America. We've got Bloodstock Open Air. We went over this before, but it was awesome. I think the lineup was pretty damn good. Bloodstock 25th anniversary. Headliners, Lamb of God, Slaughter to Prevail, Judas Priest. A lot of people crying about Slaughter to Prevail. It's really funny. Nobody crying about Life of Agony, but they're crying about Slaughter to Prevail. That aside, I think it's a pretty good lineup. These two are going to have killer headline shows. Priest, classic. I saw comments complaining about Priest, complaining that they were recycling. Like, you just lost Ozzy Osbourne, and you're going to complain about seeing Priest? Fuck you. You piece of shit. But anyway, yeah, very good lineup so far. And the owner and promoter, Vicky, seems really cool, actually. Wednesday 13 is always a killer time. I was into Wednesday 13 and Murder Dolls when I was like 19 and getting into it and everything. Not so much anymore. Maybe like during Halloween season, I could still play the first Murder Dolls album and have a good time, but not much than that. Walmart. Why is it saying that? Messiah the Thrash Band, I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird that Nevermore's down here on the second stage. Do you think they should? I've seen Nevermore on the main stage before. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. He who complains about Priest has no soul. Exactly. Correct. And complaining about Priest, boo them. Wyatt, what is your profession? To crush my enemies, to see them driven before me, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Bloodstock brought to you by Walmart. No, I'm kidding. Is that all of them, or we got more? Yep. Fucking. Memphis Mayfire announced fall tour. Crest. Whitening toothpaste. Yeah, there you go, if anyone likes that. Inferno 2026 announced bands. Yeah, I don't think we even talked about that before. Inferno in Norway, festival I would love to check out. I've not been to yet, but I have many friends that go and love it. 2026 has Deicide, Old Man's Child, The Covenant, Cannon Fiber, Incantation, Whoredom Rife, and some other ones. I've heard this festival is expensive but awesome. But it's expensive because it's Norway. Alter Bridge announced inaugural Blackbird Festival. All right. I don't know what that is. Tool, Machine Head, and Guar, and many more set for Good Things Festival in Australia. I think we talked about this last time. There's like a weird announcement of a bunch of bands announced Australian tours all at the same time. Which is cool. Good for them. Yeah, if you're in Australia, you have some bands coming your way. Not a whole lot of great ones, but I mean, there's some. And don't ask me about this stupid ass band President. I have no interest in this fucking industry plant ban. Don't care. Fuck off. No. No. Foreigner announced 2026 tour with orchestra. I would rather go see Foreigner than orchestra before a stupid fucking President ban. When your first concert ever is Download Festival, get out. Black Braid announced 2026 UK and Ireland tour with Winterfell. That's cool. I still haven't given Black Braid like the appropriate sit down listen to tell if I'm a fan yet or not. Narcotic Wasteland announced September tour dates. That is a tech death band with the former vocalist for Nile. Announced going throughout America, it looks like. And Story of the Year and Census Fall. I'm good. I don't care about that one. And that is the tours coming up thanks to Metal Insider. I appreciate them gathering that collection for us. I couldn't get into the crowd for Priest at Aftershock last year. The crowd was packed and wouldn't budge for me to get through. Definitely want to see them again, especially since we just lost Ozzy. Yeah, I'm sure that depends where you're at in the Aftershock crowd. I managed to find this spot where if you were stage left, not in the front, but like kind of off the side where the pit was, I was able to get in and out of there pretty easily to like go to the bathroom or get water. Because I remember during Slayer and Iron Maiden, I was pretty close to the pit, not in the pit, but close to it. And I was able to get out and back fairly easily. But yeah, I'm sure other places in the crowd would have been horrible. I did really love seeing Priest and Maiden back to back, though. That was so fucking cool. Black Braid's new album rules. Yeah, I need to give it a proper listen. President and Sleep Token are the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC of the TikTok era. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually, honestly. When you really compare both industry plants that are basically the same thing, but are meant to kind of have like, maybe not meant to have a competition. What even is President? Even that name sounds so uninspired. It basically sounds exactly like Sleep Token, but they're adding a different, instead of whatever weird fake cult theme they have, they're doing like a stupid President's theme. I watched, I think Rockfeed did a video on them and said that they talked about the whole like ethos of the band, and the singer said that he wears the mask so he can like express his emotion. I'm like, shut up. You're told by your agent to wear it. No, you're not wearing a dorky ass president mask to be like, oh, I can express. No, shut up. You're talking for the tabloids. Fuck this man. Sorry. It's the fakest shit I've ever seen. Not even like music is already not for me, but God. First show is Download Festival, where the entire audience already knows their one song they've released. Go away. Oh my God, what a British cigarette, exactly. Rammstein and Guar should tour, and they should call the tour German Alien Dicks. There you go. Gooch, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Gooch is an awesome YouTuber. You should go check him out. What else do we have going on here? We've got some Metal Insider again did new albums coming up, and we should do more to promote good music here on the channel. You know, they might not all be good, but Explore 30 new albums just announced thanks to Metal Insider. We'll go through it pretty quickly, but I saw some good shit on here. I don't know what this is. Does anyone know what this is? I apologize to the colorblind people who can't see it. I don't know what that is. But new album coming out from Hooded Menace, which will be cool, grindy, doomy death metal. Good band. Check them out. They get the Savior stamp of approval. No, I'm not playing any of it. I don't know who this band is. AFI Super Metal. I'm not going to go the whole list. This sounds like a long time. But let's put it so people can check it out if they want to. Can I add this in the chat without it being messed up? There you go. Link in the chat. Metal Insider 30 upcoming albums. Don't tell me I just hate on music. Let's get the bummer metal news out of the way really quick, and then we'll go into more fun stuff. Just really quick. Well, I guess a big one for a lot of people was that we have the first to fall of the Big Four of thrash. Megadeth announce an ad. Megadeth final studio album, global farewell tour, and Dave Mustaine memoir set for next year. Megadeth is retiring. And if anyone's wondering why I haven't made a video on it, doing like a highlight, thank you Megadeth thing, it's because, gonna be honest, sorry if you don't like it, I've never been a fan of Megadeth. Sorry. I'm not like fuck this band or anything, but I got nothing to say. I never liked them. They're stepping away. That's it. I understand that they're a huge influence for people. Like musically and technically, Megadeth is good, but I never could stand the vocals. And vocals for me make it or break it. I'm a vocalist. Megadeth has had a lot of great members throughout the years. I saw Megadeth and they didn't even play Peace Sells with a fucking jip, whatever. The first farewell tour of 20. They're pulling a Slayer. They'll be back in 5. Yeah. I would believe that they'll do some off show here and there still. I won't be surprised by that. Yawn. Yep. Like I want to care. I want to make a video and be like, oh, it's big news for the metal world. I'm just like, it sucks for the people who liked them. I feel for you. That's all I got. I'm sorry. I like all of the other Big Four bands more than Megadeth. But it is weird to be at a time where these bands are retiring and disappearing. I don't like being in a time where we don't have Ozzy or Lemmy or Dio and legendary bands are stepping away. I want to go back to the time when I would watch, what was it called? Metal Mayhem or something on VH1. They show metal videos. Rockets chasing something. What are we missing out on here? Catching up. We are getting old. It's really weird for me when I see bands now that I grew up with and I have an image of what they look like and I see them now with like grayer hair, looking noticeably older. I'm like, time is weird. I don't like it. Oh, we're not done with the bad news. Sorry. And actual pretty depressing news. We got 2 metal legends announced cancer diagnoses recently. Saxon's Biff Bayford reveals cancer diagnosis. Saxon, legendary old school heavy metal band. He announced he's undergoing treatment for cancer. The singer recently had emergency surgery, who has now revealed it was related to a cancerous tumor found on his prostate gland. Byford will now begin a short round of chemotherapy. That is shitty. The band cancels appearances at Trutnoff Open Air, Newborn Open Air. I haven't even heard of these. And their planned September tour. Shit. I do hope he gets well soon. Yeah, like I said, I don't like being in this older timeline.
Hi, it's Biff here from Saxon. I want to keep you up to date on what's happening with my health and why we've had to cancel some shows. I got sick and obviously, as you know, I had a heart problem. So this time it wasn't my heart. I went for an MRI scan on my prostate gland before I went to America a few months ago, and which was okay. But they found a shadow, a tumor, a small tumor, which they didn't know was there. So that's why I had to have an operation done really quickly on the 8th of July. We never like cancelling shows or postponing shows. It's absolutely rubbish. So I'm over the operation now. I mean, that's been 5 weeks since I had the operation. It was a small tumor. Unfortunately, I have to have a short period of chemotherapy, what they call a mop-up, just in case there was something there that they didn't miss. The operation was successful. They
Breaking Bifford.
got all the cancer out, but they just need to make sure there's none floating around in my bloodstream. So we're going to have to cancel the show on the 22nd of August and the 29th. And also we're going to postpone the Spanish shows and the French shows. They're going to go into May and April of next year.
It doesn't have to do with cancer. I just don't like France. It's just I like France. I'm just making a joke.
The shows in November in the UK and Ireland are going to be going ahead. That's going to be great. I should be over it by then, so everything gung ho for then. So sorry because we hate cancelling shows, but I want to let you know what's happening because a lot of people speculated it was my heart and things. So they just found this small tumor and they took it out straight away. Everything, the prognosis, I think that's the right word, is good. So my cure is progressing. I'm feeling okay at the moment. And so hot here in Yorkshire today. So I'm writing the album, finishing the album, arranging, writing lyrics.
Europeans always complain there's a heat wave when it's like 85 degrees.
And, doing melodies. That's the upside of having some free time. Obviously, I've lost quite a bit of weight, which is also a plus. So we're going to see you all in November and keep the faith. Have a fantastic summer, and I'll keep you in the loop on what's happening. Okay, so come on, peace and quiet.
Best wishes to Biff. Yeah, definitely hope he makes a smooth recovery. And then the other unfortunate one was a musician that I am a big fan of. At the Gates issue health update on vocalist Thomas Linderberg, confirmed new album. At the Gates, big inspiration for me. Lyrical wise, song wise, take a lot from this band. When I was starting vocals, one of the songs that I would always practice with was Slaughter of the Soul. Actually, I do a few of them. I'd Slaughter of the Soul, Cold, and something else. I forgot. It was a while ago. In March 2025, Lindbergh disclosed that he had been diagnosed in late 2023 with some type of cancer. Big words that I can't pronounce. Undergoing major surgery and radiation therapy. Earlier this year, doctors discovered remaining cancer that cannot be treated with further surgery or radiation, with chemotherapy likely the next step. That does not sound good. Despite these challenges, Lindbergh completed the vocals for the band's upcoming album the day before his surgery. What a fucking boss to even be thinking about doing it at that point. That is true metal dedication. At the Gates asked for privacy for Lindbergh and his family during his recovery, with more details on the album to follow. And then the band's official statement. Is there a video? Can someone just read it for me? Reading's hard. Fine, all right, we'll fucking read it. From Tomas. Hello, everyone. I guess some of you may have been wondering why it has been so silent on the At the Gates front lately. Well, in December 2023, I was diagnosed with a type of cancer in the mouth and palate, and have since then gone through a lot. It has been a very tough year. First, there was a major surgery where they took away a big part of the roof of my mouth. This was followed by radiation therapy for 2 months, and ever since, it has been a long, hard path towards recovery. Side note, this is not from his quote. Taking a pause. I'm a weird person to where I can watch people be blown up and dismembered and shot, and it's fine. Laugh, have fun. When I watch surgeries and doctors operating, it creeps me the fuck out. I cannot do it. It's super weird. I'd rather watch an arm be ripped off than be surgically replaced. Anyway, back to what he was saying. Now in the beginning of 2025, they have found some remains of the cancer, and it is inaccessible by surgery or radiation. So we will see what the next step is, but probably some form of chemotherapy to keep the cancer in check. Luckily, we recorded vocals for the demos for the new album before all of this happened. The last version of the vocals, the ones that will end up on the album, were recorded in 1 day. Mostly one takes, the day before the surgery. That is crazy. Just to make sure we had the album, so to speak. So the vocals were actually recorded before the rest of the album. A bit different, but it felt good to have it done. We have now decided to not wait any longer to release this new album. We had first planned to wait with the release until we knew when I would be able to sing again, and we were able to support the release with shows. Now, when everything about the future is a bit more unsure, it feels good to deliver this album. It is an album that we're all very proud of, and it's the first time in 10 years that Jonas and I have worked together with Anders writing an album's worth of music. It is a bit more of a return to the roots, probably best described as a mix between the two last albums we did with Anders, which were Slaughter of the Soul and At War with Reality, two of the best albums I fucking did. Hope you all will enjoy it. Please respect that we don't want to make a big thing about all this, and that I won't be answering interviews concerning the cancer, the treatment, or the recovery. We just wanted this to be out in the open, as we wanted to explain to our fans why we have been quiet for such a long time. I hope you're all well. Take care of yourselves, your loved ones, and the time you have on this earth. From Tomas. God damn it. Don't make metalheads cry. Best of wishes to Tomas. Dude's a big inspiration for me. At the Gates are awesome band. Very much looking forward to the album, but it's very bittersweet to hear, of course. Nothing like being high as fuck or tripping and watching me No fucking way. I would rather watch a bear eat someone alive than watch that. I don't know why. He did what Bruce Dickinson did when he recorded vocals for Book of Souls. Really? Damn, because I really like Book of Souls. That's impressive. It's a rough process to overcome, but Chuck Billy of Testament overcame, so did Bruce Dickinson, to name a few. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Nothing but the best to him. At the Gates at Maryland Death Fest, grand time. Hope he gets through this. Yeah, very much so. All right, nowhere to stop with the depressing shit. God, metalheads don't cry. Wow, even when he's suffering, he's telling us to be happy. It's always the best people who get the most amount of pain. Dude, that's so true. God, like, I know I've mentioned before, sometimes I watch body cam videos on YouTube, and it's always like the worst fucking people will walk away like get into a massive drunk driving accident. They walk away fine without a scratch. And like the innocent family with a newborn kid who didn't do anything wrong gets massacred. That's always what happens. So if you want to live a long time, be a horrible person. That is professional advice from Wyatt's Metal. Yeah. The videos of laser eye surgery are the creepiest. No, nothing with eyes, nothing with nails. Get out. Absolutely not. Not happening. Bruce didn't even get the lump in his throat checked until after recording. Shit. I have to go back and listen to the album now with more appreciation. That's fucking crazy. All these people are more strong. I would be such a bitch. I'm not going to lie. I'm telling you right now. If I have cancer, don't expect me to do anything. That, like, props to these people. Winged Moonlight dropping in here with 20 gifted memberships to Wyatt's Metal. Thank you so much, sir. You have added another scale to the Canadian Kaiju Project. It is building up quickly. And pretty soon I'm going to do another members Q&A video. So I'll make a post soon for you guys can ask whatever you want and I will answer them. Thanks for everything you do, brother. Don't know if you're going to the Dickinson show on the 22nd, but if you do, hope to see you there. Much love, always, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think I have shit going on the 22nd, actually. August, right? Yeah. What are we doing? Something. My band has shows that are going to be announced soon. So we'll get on that. One of them is going to be announced on Friday, actually. But I won't say it yet. It's in LA. So, something else to talk about. Here's something I thought was interesting. This isn't really a metal band, but it will be an interesting chat. So, pause for dramatic effect. Y'all ever going to come out east? 100%, eventually. If people ask if we're going to come play somewhere, we want to play everywhere. It just depends when it works out. Like, we're not a band that's trying to be like, oh, you need to pay us a bunch of money to come out, but like, we do have to be able to afford to get to play a show. But yeah, we're open to playing fucking everywhere. Our first show, we're from Long Beach. Our first show was in Arizona. And then we did Tolminator. Other stuff. We're going to play North Korea, as someone is saying. That's like when Moscow had Billy Joel play. That's going to be Dark Insanity in North Korea. When will Dark Insanity come to NorCal? Sometime, eventually, definitely. You planning on returning to Milwaukee Metal Fest? Sure, I'd love to. Depends on the lineup. Let me see the lineup. And then I'll be able to let you know. But it's a great festival. Anyway, the topic I was going to bring up. So the band Nothing More, who are really not a metal band, but they are the latest band to get in trouble for using AI in a video. I thought it was a bit of an interesting conversation. We could actually lead into this because, let me show you a different example to add more metal to this conversation. Metal Queen Doro, someone I love a lot. Not in a creepy way. Just released a new music video, and the music video is very clearly made with a lot of AI. And people had, well, I don't think this one got too much backlash. I saw some people complaining about it in comments, but not a major uproar. But play a little bit of it. You can tell it is. And we'll hear what some people think about this. I'll probably get copyright for that one, so I'm going to mute it. But band playing live. So it's not the whole video's AI, but the shots of the ocean and the ship are, because as we all know, water comes through windows. Anyway, using AI is not only smart, it's also creative. Where's Rocket? He was behind me. Oh, there you are. Hey, Rocket. You trying to work out? Anyway, yeah, the Dora video is a lot of AI. And then the band Nothing More teased a video coming out that used a lot of AI. People had a lot more feelings about that one. There was a lot more uproar to that. Let's do... Which one should we do first? Let's do the Rockfeed video talking about it. Wait, shit. Very professional production. I'm trying to figure out here. Rockfeed did this video with the frontman for Nothing More talking about the AI backlash. I want to hear people's thoughts and see what you think.
Nothing More is facing backlash online after the band just released a teaser clip for their upcoming music video for Existential Dread, of course, taken from their latest album, Carnal. The deluxe edition is out now. Joining me in just a moment is frontman Johnny Hawkins to respond to that controversy. Now, this is a hot button issue in music, the use of AI, and there's a lot that fans have had to say about this in the comments, and a lot that Hawkins himself has had to say. But also someone responding to...
One sec. The video for one of Car Bomb's new songs, Blindside, is a classic anime-style love fest made with AI, and it works. I'd be curious to look at that, actually. Pull that up so I don't forget. Where's my thing? Hit. There he is. AI is a very hot topic in the music world, in the world in general.
To this is producer Joey Sturgis, and I liked what he had to say as well. Here's a little bit of his response to all of this.
This is a really interesting situation coming up regarding AI.
Pause. Gerbert, time for another AI metal injection article about how AI is ruining music. That literally happened. I have it pulled up. We're going to get to it. Stop with the spoilers. We're getting to that. But that literally happened. You're not joking. All right, real quick. My opinion on AI in music shifted a bit here and there. I am totally against an artist using AI to write lyrics. I'm against AI using artists for anything, actually, because they're superior. No, I'm against artists using AI to make the guitar sounds or the drums or the actual music or anything. So I get that, but I am also getting so goddamn tired of people bitching about AI for everything. When Ice Nine Kills made one meme with AI and their fan base melted the fuck down, it's like, shut up. God. Like, I understand on the one hand that the ways that it can cheapen for artists who actually make real creative, like, effects and stuff. At the same time, I do think it's a bit ridiculous to expect a metal band like Doro to pay the money to get a fucking pirate ship, to rent it, to film it, for a video that nowadays is not going to make any fucking money. Back in the day, music videos had big, expensive productions, and they didn't have the technology for AI, true, but also those music videos were the marketing for the band, and it would pay back a lot. Nowadays, music video for the band is thrown up on YouTube, and a lot of them don't even get as many views as my channel does, being honest. Like, unless you're a band like Falling in Reverse or something that's absolutely killing it in the algorithm, metal music videos are kind of in the background now. So you're really going to expect a struggling metal band who doesn't make that much money to pay to afford a spaceship to go to outer space to film a 2-minute music video that will be forgotten about in a week. That being said, my favorite music videos are bands where they're just playing in a room with their fans. A band playing in a room in black and white with people jumping off couches and punching holes in the wall are my favorite music video. You don't need any special effects. But if it's a power metal band, It makes a lot more sense to me. You know what I mean? I would think that it would be way better for a band to actually, you know, build their own pirate ship and invade Haiti with it and film that for a music video. But it's just a little much to ask of nowadays. It is a very fine line because I understand the hesitancy of AI in general, but a lot of people don't realize that AI is not what they think it is. It's not really creating new, original concepts. It's doing what it's instructed to do, whether by the people who made the algorithm or the people who are programming it now, which is the case here with Nothing More. So anyway, rant over. I understand some reasons to not have AI, but I also see it as a tool that can be used in a lot of very beneficial ways. I'm just so tired of anytime the letters A and I happen to be next to each other, people melt the fuck down, whether it's called for or not. What's that shitty AI black metal band that everyone's been talking about? That really awful cover? It's like very clearly AI slop. Yeah, I'm against that. But anyway, continuing with this video.
Creation in artist content. Austin says, everyone being upset about the AI is restoring my faith in the arts. Nobody wants to view or listen to something that was created by a machine. The entire point of art is to express our humanity. And for those of you that don't know, Nothing More just created a new song and a new music video that's got some AI generated content in it. Johnny, the lead singer of Nothing More, goes on to say, this logic is flawed. There is a huge difference between letting a machine create something and using a machine to create something. Nine Inch Nails is a perfect example of a prolific artist who used machines to sculpt their sound. It's all about how you use the tool that determines art, not which tools you are using. And
pause before we get to what he said. In Car Bomb's case, they're entirely independent and do everything out of their own pocket. It makes sense to use it to make a quality video that you wouldn't even know wasn't actually old school anime. That's the thing. Yeah, like an independent band that doesn't have a lot of money, I completely understand why you would use AI for either a music video or, you know, memes and Instagram story posts. I think it's fucking stupid to melt down over that. But AI tools are fine. AI slop can slop. That's a very good way to put it. That is a good way to put it. When you look at AI as a tool and it can be used by smart creative people or fucking retards, it makes a lot more sense. You know what I mean?
In my opinion, I 100% agree with Johnny in this situation. We've been using tools to create art as musicians for decades. Look at the song Bob O'Reilly from The Who. That Teenage Wasteland, that song.
Look at fucking every goddamn rap song that's just a sample of an actual artist's song. Complain about that first before you complain about AI.
The synthesizer is a machine. That's not a person playing that. A person is holding some keys. The machine is creating the sound. So where do we draw the line? Whose side are you on, Austin or Johnny? I'm personally with Johnny, but I want to know what you guys think.
Now, you can see a little bit of the visuals up on the screen now from this teaser clip, and I want to share with you a response, a comment that Johnny Hawkins left before we get to him.
I think one of the most interesting ways AI can be used is in video games. Not to create entire video games, but like an NPC with an AI mind, you could do some really crazy gaming shit with that. Like the tools used, I think, could make some really interesting gaming stuff.
In a second, he wrote to fans complaining about this. AI didn't make a video for us. We hired an artist. I plotted out a vision, theme and visuals. Then that artist, Tristan, used AI to start generating images that he edited together through multiple versions and notes, and then tweak that into a visual experience for the viewer. If you think it's just machines creating it, then I would challenge you to come up with anything as compelling as Tristan did for the same price with different tools. We'd love to see what you come up with. Outcompete him if that's what you say is true. And joining me now to discuss all of this is Johnny Hawkins himself. That new music video, Existential Dread, dropping on Monday. Johnny.
Someone said AI upscaling like DLSS and shit is great use for it, in my opinion. I think, yeah, I agree with that. Just like upscale like a filter. Yeah, of course you can do cool shit with that. Hired a guy to use AI. They explained that. Where is it?
Thank you so much for being here. And what would you say to those fans out there who are
I'm grabbing water really quick. Sorry, Rock Feed, for content stealing, but I'll be 1 second.
pushing back on this new video?
The people who are upset, thank you for giving us more engagement on our posts. It helps boost the algorithm, so thank you very much. I think it's pretty funny. There's this arbitrary line in the sand where there's kind of this emotional outrage. I've been doing music and forms of art since I was a kid. My mom was a painter. I can empathize with the struggle and with artists and everything, but throughout the years, tools have evolved and things get more advanced, more intelligent, more useful, more efficient. And AI is like this extreme leap in efficiency and the results that it can create. So I think we're having an interesting time right now. Like, this debate is kind of fun for me. Like, I like the energy and I like where people are, diving in. I totally disagree with a ton of them, but it's still fun. So yeah, let's jump into it.
And look, as you pointed out in your post,
He hates you guys. God, he saw nothing more and was like, I'm not listening to poser bands. I only listen to pure black metal.
Hired an editor, from what I understand, and the editor deployed some tools. And there's a lot of, I think, conflation where people go, oh, if it's synthetic, it must be AI, and there was no human ideas put into it. Well, it's like, have you ever used a filter on a social media platform?
No, yeah, it's hilarious, man. We spent, I'd probably say, a total of like 50 hours working on this video, from concepts to lyrical moments to visual crossover ideas, and then obviously this was specifically an AI artist that we hired intentionally. It wasn't cutting a corner, although it absolutely is cheaper. Why spend a few $100,000 shooting a apple tree to make it look like it's otherworldly with a crew of 50 people when you can do it with one? It's kind of a no-brainer. And I think,
is their video even out yet? I think so, but I want to see how many views it has. Did it come out? Keep talking.
Most people who are actual working artists who do it professionally, have careers, understand this. When new tools are invented, like, most of us are thankful for them because we actually
pause. As I was saying earlier, music videos are just like kind of thrown in the background now. It's not a huge thing to profit off of, so it's kind of ridiculous to expect bands to pay that much money for a really shiny video now. Change the screen really quick. That music video that they're talking about right now, the AI one, was released 2 days ago. It is at 19,000 views. My video on the meltdowns on stage was released yesterday and has like 120,000 views. That's not to say that I'm better than Nothing More, even though I am. No, I couldn't avoid that. Sorry, that's just a joke. But my point is that it's kind of the same thing YouTubers face, where you could put a shit ton of work and money into the greatest, most like edited, highly productive video ever, and it can still bomb and people don't give a shit about it. Or you could save a bunch of money to apparently hire an AI director. Don't ask me to explain what they do because I don't know. But to get the same thing when it's basically just going to be in the back. Like, okay, so they should have made this video and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to paint some dude and pour fake gold on the ground for a video to get 20,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Winged Moonlight says, brother, you deserve every fucking view. You're legit probably my favorite metal YouTuber, or without respect to people like Tank and Brian, you're just I don't know. I don't know what you said here. I'm sorry, man. But You're just suck my really do enjoy so much access to you. I get what you're trying to say. And I very much appreciate that. I'd never take that lightly when someone says that. It's always a very cool, amazing thing to me to hear that people actually enjoy my channel. Yeah, that video also is a rare that might be the best performing video I have so far. It's crazy. I was not expecting it to do that well. Anyway, back to what Nothing More was saying.
Actually get to do the thing that we were trying to do in the first place, which is create. Like the goal isn't to struggle through you know, the tedious details of the process to get the thing we want. The goal is to get the thing we want, right? So we intentionally hired an AI excuse me, an AI artist who he specifically, all of the work that he does is manipulating AI as a tool. Similar back in the 90s, you know, Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, he's a prolific artist. His whole style was about manipulating machines and effects. And
Marduk BM says, AI here in Florida trying to ban because students are using to do their homework. I believe AI takes the essence of what you really stand or do. Yeah, it should be banned for that reason. You shouldn't be using AI to do your fucking homework. That's a completely different thing. But yeah, there are 100% bad reasons for AI. What are we doing?
Getting weird sounds out of the machines. You know, you put something into it, you play with it, it generates all these things, and then you remix, much like what hip hop artists did with sampling, you know, when hip hop became a huge thing. So it's all re-amalgamation.
I could see a lot more arguments against.
Of the same thing. This is just a new one for a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are Zoomers, but I will say one thing though. And this is going to offend a lot of people, but I don't see like a lot of really good artists threatened by AI. It's only shitty artists that are threatened by AI, because AI is not going to replace really, truly good creativity and art. Because I think what people are really afraid of, and this is what our AI artist, I got to credit him, Tristan, said, is that once you give people, like, you remove that gap between like all these skills and things that you have to acquire that were like not the point, but they were just like a means to an end, you democratize creativity. And then you are left with how uncreative you actually are because there's no difference between you and the person next to you, because the tools have made it so much easier to get to what your actual ideas and what you're actually trying to say to people. It shortens the gap. So I think a lot of people are threatened by that. And at the end of the day, if AI really went to the nth degree,
I'm not going to say that every artist that fears AI is a hack, but I would say that a lot of hack artists fear AI. It's there's some people, some humans are so stupid and disappointing that I often think maybe AI should replace you. Maybe like for not just music or entertainment. I'm talking about every factor of life. It's like, maybe AI should be a baseline for intelligence, and if you can't beat it, then you can fuck off. Try harder. I don't know if I'm not going to go as far as he's saying. I agree for the most part. But I think it's, rather than looking at it like it's only lazy artists that are worried about getting replaced by AI, it's more so just the worry about changing technology. It's the same when films became talkies. You know, when it went from black and white silent films to talkies, huge uproar in Hollywood. Like the entire dynamic shifted of what audiences wanted, what producers and studios were looking for. It's like that, where it's kind of like, I do feel for the people where technology suddenly kind of changes your career, throws a wrench into it. It's also a thing that's kind of inevitable. You know what I mean? So you can either adapt or you can be stuck behind yelling that about your VCR. Yeah, I'm probably not explaining it well.
Of what people I think fear that it could do. And it wrote authentic songs. It connected with an audience. It performed live. It did all these things and checked all these boxes, and it replaced my job. Then I would welcome it because I deserve to be replaced. If that's the case, that's evolution. I mean, nobody cried a tear for truckers when we were talking about self-driving cars, right? But artists are narcissistic.
In a similar way, it's kind of like how it was the taxi cab business and that got replaced by Uber. And the taxi drivers complained, they attacked people and they kidnapped people to try to fight back against Uber. And I always said, fuck those cab drivers. Never had an honest taxi cab driver in my fucking life.
They're narcissistic, so they think their job is so much more important and existentially, play on words here with existential dread, existentially more valuable than people who do really tough, necessary jobs that prop up society and everything that we do. So everybody at the time, I don't even remember, they were saying like learn to code. When it came to truckers losing their jobs, when it comes to art, they're up in arms. It's pretty funny.
I don't think that's a terrible comparison.
And then when you think about how ironic that statement learn to code was, and this is pretty much the first domino to fall in the AI era when, something I've been doing, plain language coding, you're able to just type in the type of app you want to build and it'll come in and just build itself, which is absolutely insane.
I don't even know how to do that. I'm way more retarded than Rockfeed is.
But I think you're absolutely right. I think you talked about, $100,000 music video budget. How many bands are even going to able to spend that? I mean, we're not printing money over here in this genre. And so it empowers people. The video, look, here's what I don't see people saying, Johnny. I don't see anybody saying it doesn't look good.
Right. Now, to be fair, there are some people saying
there are some bad ones. The band High on Fire had a music video that was all AI, and that was dog shit. It was really bad.
That it looks like crap to them. I agree with you that most people that are being honest, like it looks sick. I mean, that's why we hired this guy, because he was doing things with AI that I had not seen any other artist doing. He was doing this retro future horror sci-fi blend that was just really unique and had a taste. And I could see his eye in it, even though he was using generated imagery and manipulating it. But I will give the devil their due. There are people who are going to use AI in a shitty way, just like any tool. It's like when Photoshop came out.
I can pull up 1,000 music videos made with real practical effects that are just fucking stupid.
Photographers are going to abuse it. And I'm sure at the time, there were film photographers who basically thought of digital photographers as not real photographers because they were just letting the computer do the work for them. When in reality, they were just opening up a whole new.
Where we're at. For the most part, I agree with this. I think I'll draw the line at album covers and logos. Those need to be something special, in my opinion. Yeah, even for album covers, I'm like, if you're young kids in a band and you can't put together some change for your first demo cover, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. But for the most part, I do agree with what you're saying here. Actual artistic parts, I think, she need to be kept to human creativity. But again, like the Ice Nine Kills one was so stupid, where people got mad that they did an Instagram story with AI.
Genre of digital art and photography and doing things that now we really appreciate because we have those tools to do them. They couldn't do it with film. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. We've worked with a lot of great people who agree with me and disagree with me on this topic. There are still great artists who hate AI. Like, that is just the truth right now. But we worked with a director one time who did an amazing video. And then we worked with him again, and he was just so against AI that we had this struggle because we had this concept for this really surreal intro, and he just would not sign off on it. So we're like, okay, cool. Like, beat it. Like, do something cooler. We'll give you the opportunity to not do AI. And what the
fuck do you mean you don't sign off on it? The band that's paying you is telling you to do something. You fucking do it.
We received was a video with a bunch of stock footage that he just got from other people that they had recorded. You know what I mean? But in his mind, because humans did it, it was like morally okay, I guess, in his mind. It checked that box. And to me, that's just that's dumb. It's like you just gave me a shit video with uninspired imagery that I've seen on many other things. You didn't even shoot it yourself because we were on a certain budget. You knew you couldn't, but you had this like moral stance against AI, which would have actually generated something new and different. And on that point, I want to say one other thing about that is people will say that AI scans artwork and artists and all this stuff and amalgamates that information. And in their mind, that process is AI stealing it, which is funny because I'm like, you just described how humans like work, how the mind works. We all scan other artists, like we all scan art. We don't create in a void. Like since the day that we heard our first song, like we're kind of pre-programmed.
I don't know if he's describing it super well, but I get what he means. Where if you ask any artist, they'll talk about the bands that inspired them and be like, "Oh yeah, we stole that riff from that, or we took that riff and changed it a little bit." That's always been a thing. So I get the point he's trying to make.
To be influenced by all these things, like that's how our brain works. So I think a lot of people just have a very big gap in understanding on how creativity works and how influenced we are. AI is just doing it at like this super speed level of data processing. But that's what our brain's doing too. It's pretty funny.
And I think that too, you know, when you have, should it only be massive people with unlimited resources that are able to make high quality videos? I mean, I don't really see how this doesn't enhance the space. If, you know, so just to recap, okay, you hired an editor who was paid, a human oversaw a technology based on your vision, which you hand our farm to table, basically, so to speak, involved in over 50 hours working on. It doesn't sound to me as though this was some automated video from a prompt that like it's being made out to be.
Exactly. This is what's so funny to me, this arbitrary line in the sand. Like, let's just do a little thought experiment. Let's say I had $100,000, right? And I paid 10 people, you know, lighting crew, hands, assistant director, makeup, all of that to go shoot this surreal looking thing, which $100,000, by the way, wouldn't get me this look. Even then, I
true.
Still wouldn't reach my goal of what I wanted this to look like because I wanted it to be otherworldly. But even still, if we did that, we spent all that time and I could theoretically get the same result. What's the point? Why did I pay all these people $100,000 if I could have just done it? You know what I mean? It's like you could ask people that with everything. It's like, well, you could walk there. Why'd you use your car? You know, it's just silly. But
that same thing happened to the band Unleash the Archers, which I thought was so stupid because they had a song that was about like technology combining with nature, sort of in a way. And the video for it they made with AI, but it was the same type of thing where they went through an AI director who, I don't fucking know. They created the prompts and hit it with a wrench until they did what it wanted. But they put work into making it creative, but everyone just saw it was AI and just attacked them for it and didn't give any thought or didn't even look into them talking about how they made it when they were explaining it. I think the band even apologized afterwards. Canadians, but but yeah, I thought that one was so fucking dumb. Like, the video may not have been perfect, but I really liked what they were trying to do. So, yeah, AI can be a useful assistance tool when used properly. It shouldn't be relied on or a crutch, though. Exactly. 100%. It can be a tool to help, but not made with anything. Usually, like, I don't really use AI for these videos in any way, but sometimes on Twitter, I'll ask Grok a question about other stuff, and I'm never like, create this whole thing for me. It's always like pulls up things that I then pull that and look into and go into other things. If you're a fucking idiot and just tell it to do your work for you, then yeah, that's on you. Speaking of which, someone who did not like what Nothing More had to say was Metal Rejection and Salty Craig. Nothing More's Johnny Hawkins has an awful opinion on AI art. AI isn't a danger to good artists, only shitty ones. This is why Look back at my interview I did with Jordina where we're talking about biased metal media and how shitty it all is. Look at the articles from Metal Insider that weren't biased. And now we come to Metal Bias. I wanted to read this article and then go off. Few topics in modern culture ignite as much debate as artificial intelligence, and now even rock music is right at the center of it. Alternative rockers Nothing More sparked conversation and backlash with the release of their new music video, track from their latest album, blah, blah, blah. Band's decision to lean heavily on AI imagery wasn't a quiet experiment. It was a statement, one meant to provoke thought about society's fixation on technology, while ironically fueling the very discourse it critiques. Ahead of the official video premiere, the band released a short teaser clip. It unmistakably AI-endered aesthetic quickly drew fire online. Fans and critics alike voiced concern. Was Nothing More outsourcing art to a machine? Did this undermine the human element central to the music? Words. 1 second. Instead of letting the backlash fester in silence, frontman Johnny Hawkins personally waded into the online storm, responding directly to fans. He addressed questions ranging from artistic authenticity to the threat of job loss. The bad opinions are strong on this one. When challenged about whether AI might endanger musicians in the same way it's impacting other industries, he said everything we already said. And then they just quote what he said. But metal rejection, metal infection, their words are, which frankly is a fucking terrible opinion. That feels like the artistic equivalent of trickle-down economics. Just be good and you won't get rolled out, man. Yeah, man. Surely the grinding mechanisms of capitalism work that work. Where the fuck did capitalism and trickle-down economics enter the conversation from? What the fuck are you talking about? One fan argued that AI fundamentally undermines art because art is supposed to be a human expression of humanity. That fan is broke and has never created anything in their life. Yeah, I'm trying to get to more of their horse shit. Oh, yeah. So, Metal Infection ends their article with, anyway, I'm going to go AI generate a Nothing More record and sell it. If Nothing More truly does rock, they'll beat me at my own game. Because in Hawkins' own dumb words, AI isn't a danger to good artists, only shitty ones. Now, class, do you see all of the examples of the word twisting and shitty bias? Like, this whole part is mainly what I mean by word twisting. This is a completely different thing. Creating a fake album from a band you're pretending to be and then selling it, ripping them off is completely different than the band deciding to basically use an AI filter for their own video they own the license on, you fucking dumbass. This is why metal media is dying, because it's a joke. This is why everything Ronnie Radke says about metal media is correct. Also, I would not be surprised if this article was written by AI. I know for a fact that some of the writers at Metal Injection use AI for their articles. I think you think this is full of shitty opinions because you are the exact type of person that can and should be replaced with AI. Because then we wouldn't get your shitty opinions to just get metal news. Like, you know what I mean? Am I making sense here? It's hilarious that they call this journalism. Correct. This has been my problem. Get the ad out of my face. Yep, all right. Metal media has turned into high school arguments. That's all it is. Yeah. Ronnie is a better journalist than metal. He literally is. Since you pulled that, you reminded me to pull up this next thing. Wow, imagine using AI to complain about a band using AI. Yeah, so the band wrote the song. The band played the music. The band recorded it. The band hired the director and told them what to do. They came up with the idea for the video. The writer for this article could have very possibly pulled up Chat GPT and said, write a negative article about this. He literally only added 2 sentences of his own thought, and they were, this is dumb. You see what I mean? I'm surprised they even put fucking anything of reference in the article. Yeah, like, usually people who complain about AI like this are the people who should be replaced with AI. No one would. It's like Austin Powers would blow up Metal Injection. Would you miss it? Would you miss it? But yeah, I thought this was hilarious. You know who else thought it was hilarious? Everybody in their own fucking comments. I like this one. Someone said, you decided that art is an expression of humanity. Why do you get to tell an artist what their art expresses? Notice how an emotional appeal is the only rebuttal to Hawkins' claim. Go ahead and make an AI Nothing More album, whatever that childish declaration even means. Then you'll get sued for misleading consumers with a knockoff product. Not the same at all to using AI art in their own creations. This comment was written by a human who's capable of thoughts, not the AI staff of metal rejections. AI makes it easier for hacks to churn out garbage, but it's not like they weren't already doing it before. It is absolutely no threat to talented artists and genuine creativity. Generative AI has no awareness, and without awareness, it can't have intention, and without intention, it's just another tool, no different than digital audio copy-paste. Yes! That was the thing someone argued with me before on the Einstein Kills ad they did that was AI. I literally said, so if they made it themselves by just copy pasting other people's pictures, that would be fine. And they were like, yes. I'm like, you're dumb. Anyway, yeah. When Metal Injection stops using AI to generate articles, then you can start writing articles about AI. This one, clap, snaps, whatever you do. This one. Can't wait for AI to replace the writer of this entire fucking website. He is absolutely right, and Craig is a dork. Greg, do you realize the irony of you, of all people, criticizing someone for using AI? This is the guy that ran over. What the fuck are you talking about? Who ran? I don't know what that means. And then we got ads. But yeah. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle a ripoff? I don't know. To be fair, AI humanity does suck. Yeah. The dudes at Metal Injection probably get ketamine enemas while AI write their article. God damn. If you're going to be a journalist, fucking use your brain instead of a machine, you skank. This. How many times have we been on here where I've been starting to read an article from Metal Injection and then realize halfway through that they don't cite a source. They don't show any evidence for what they're saying. Yeah. Bully journalists are not people. What are you doing? He's hunting a journalist. He heard Metal Injection. He got angry. Substitute Metalhead says, hey, Wyatt, was there a time where you had a bad interaction with a celebrity at a meet and greet? I did for Linda Blair, and she was a bitch when I was nice. Can you cheer me up by roasting her? I really got nothing to roast Linda Blair for. I don't really do meet and greets, so no. But in terms when I've met celebrities, I don't know if someone was a straight dick. No, I'm having a hard time thinking of a really bad one. Only one that like kind of sort of comes to mind, but it isn't much, is I was working an award show, and while we were some celebrities might have been rude to me, but I didn't know they were celebrities, so it didn't matter. That happened with some lady. I can't even tell you who she was, but I asked her name. She said it, and I didn't hear it. And I asked her again, and her manager got really mad at me. But yeah, I was working that award show, and Seth Rogen walked up to get checked in, and most everyone was acting like a normal person. He walked up and just went, "I'm Seth Rogen," and I was like, "Yeah, we know," and signed him in. Even then, I wouldn't really say like that was a super dick thing, but it was just kind of a thing that stands out a little. Not really, honestly. I've met a lot of fucking people too. More people working movie sets that were fucking dicks than actual celebrity. She signed my copy of The Exorcist for $80 and for shit on for being a fun and rushed out. That's why I don't like meet and greets. They feel so impersonal. Like, most of the time, you know that person doesn't give a shit about meeting you. Like, I understand if you meet them in real life at a show or something, or if they come out and hang out with people, that's great. That's awesome. But even if a band is doing a good meet and greet where they're not being a dick to anyone, it still just feels weird to me. I don't know. If I were an artist, I would definitely do meet and greets for people and give a good experience with that. But on the fan side, I'm just like, I would much rather just meet them in person. Any other celebrities? I don't know. Meanwhile, I met Danny Filth when I was doing venue security and not even being much of a Cradle fan. Dude had me dying laughing. That's cool. I met Danny once after a show, and he wasn't very talkative, but he apparently did have some like ear infection that day, so understandable. We were the dumb kids who wouldn't leave, and he was like, "All right, I'm taking a picture, now leave." Shit, I feel like one will probably come to me. I'll think of later. It's not a bad celebrity story, but did I tell you guys my Oscars experience where the Queen of Wakanda bowed to me and I got hit in the face with a car? That's a true story. I'm going to do another video, but real quick side story. When I was working event staff for big events, one time I got to work the Oscars. It was a very interesting experience. The entire street outside the Chinese theater was shut down and only famous people were allowed to be there. But I was working right outside the door, so I did not see any of the Oscars actual show performance. But literally, as soon as the celebrities opened the door to leave, I was the first person they saw. And I was just telling them, like, your cars are over there, after party's over there, fuck off. At one point, I had to not let people up a stairway that went to the after party. And some assistant walks up to me and asks if a client can go up. I'm like, no, I was told that I can't let anyone up. And she goes, it's Angela Bassett. And I look over and she's standing super close to me. And it's very awkward to suddenly be thrown in that position with the Queen of Wakanda staring at your face. And I was like, I mean, sure, I guess. So I just stand over and let her go by. And Angela Bassett's like, oh, you're so kind. Thank you. And I'm always going to remember that. The Queen of Wakanda bowed to the savior of metal. You're goddamn right. And then after that, I get in the bus to go home because we had a bus drove us to the location and then drove us back to where we parked our cars. And while the bus is driving back through Hollywood in the middle of the night, a car speeding down the wrong side of the road, clips side of the bus, starts like messing up, flips upside down, and smacks right into the window that I'm leaning my head on. It was a very strong window, didn't break or anything, but it was like a video game kind of where just all right. After that, nothing happened. I got off the bus and I went home. But it was a very weird story that pretty much no one else can say has happened to them. Seth Rogen as Angela Bassett. I'd watch that movie. I would so much rather smoke with Angela Bassett than with Seth Rogen. Anyway, super random story aside now. It's always fun being a metalhead at those prestigious like Hollywood events. Standing there in a suit, talking like these yuppie hipster rich people are like literal celebrities. One time I was standing next to Paris Hilton, and I'm just like, I like death metal. Where are we doing? So, celebrity stories aside, I got one more video to go through. It is an 11-minute video, so it'll take a little bit of time. Give me 1 second to grab water again. I need something as a filler. I need something to distract people. I think it is time for the greatest breakdown of all time, thanks to the one and only Gun Drummer. Whenever I need a distraction, it's the 50 cal breakdown. See, like, I have to go shoot guns with him. It is going to happen. Anyway. A lot of people enjoyed my video where I reacted to Watch Mojo's 10 best modern metal bands. That was fucking ridiculous. And they just released a video on the top 10 modern punk bands. So I thought this would be fun. We're going to have some laughs here. This will be fun because I love punk music. I am definitely way more of a metal fan, but I've always considered punk the rowdy cousin of metal that I wouldn't want to live with, but we have fun weekends together. You know what I mean? Elaborate ruse to watch us to get a Watch Mojo video. You know, I completely agree with everyone shitting on Watch Mojo and how like vanilla and lame they are. But I don't mind putting on their videos on in the background and making funny jokes and stuff, you know. I don't take them to be like, oh, I'm going to be educated on what the best punk bands are. But I think this will be fun. So let's react to Watch Mojo's top 10 modern punk bands. I'm telling you right now, I have not watched this. It's going to be like Paramore and shit that sounds like that. Very little punk. They're just so fun to laugh at. Exactly. Exactly. It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch Mojo Science Theater 3000. All right. They might fucking copyright me. Yeah, you've been copyright struck. Might happen. Copyright struck. Yeah. There might be lots of pauses throughout this. Yep.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks.
This is the AI that pretends to be a music fan.
For the most noteworthy bands who are keeping the spirit of punk alive.
None.
These are contemporary groups that were formed after 2010 or started gaining mainstream traction around that time.
Copyright struck.
Number 10, La Dispute.
Aren't they really screamy?
If you want to be called an
super punk. Love the mohawk and the tatted face and the heroin needles.
Intellectual for your music taste, this is the band for you.
Early morning stopped by the ever-ticking clock. Let the clicking when the hands move.
La Dispute has been active since 2004 and is known
short shorts, high clean socks, punk rock.
Known for their experimental style. Rather than being restricted by genre labels, their music fuses various influences, such as hardcore punk with jazz, screamo, or blues.
I like 3 of those things and none of them together.
The office, the sunlight frames your
Where's the punk?
silhouette. I think you're writing fireworks.
The Pilates class?
I think of pirouette.
Punk's not supposed to be smart. It's supposed to be on parole.
What makes this Grand Rapids, Michigan act stand out in the punk scene is their spoken word style delivery. The lyrics are philosophical and often inspired by the members' own lives. This lends a certain vulnerability to their songs. Well,
because punk rock is soft vulnerability. It sounds like you're in a waiting room of a Pilates class. When I think punk rock video, I think stuffed animals.
The dynamic arrangement ensures you keep headbanging. It's the best of both worlds.
Where's the headbanging?
We're in a basement.
I don't see a speck of dirt on this punk band anywhere.
Sharing sweat with all these stranger boys and girls will change the world. We sang will change the
Go back to Dead Poets Society. Fuck off. Someone throw a beer bottle.
world, but nothing seems to change.
Number 9, LS Dude.
I don't even know who this band is.
When some of the best punk rockers come together, history
You know you're in for a good video on punk rock when the person sounds like this.
is created.
I've heard refused.
Seosin's Anthony Green, MCR legend Frank Iero, Coheed and Cambria's Travis Stever, and Tim Payne and Tucker Rule from Thursday formed LS Dunes during the COVID-19.
These dudes definitely came from a family where both parents have pensions. If you have an intact family, you are not punk rock.
Pandemic. This inevitably brought up major 2000s nostalgia during a dark time, but it was also fresh enough to raise a new generation of emo kids.
I thought this was punk rock. You said emo kid. Where's the punk? Do you know what these words mean?
No wonder the band has proven so successful. They've been busy touring, and their second studio album, Violets, reached number 3 on the UK rock and metal
2 minutes into a video about the top 10 best modern punk bands, not one person has said fuck.
albums chart. Clearly, fans can't get enough.
No one's been arrested yet. This list is bullshit.
Number 8, Pink Shift.
What the fuck is going on here?
This band rose to fame the Gen Z way. They went viral on social media for their song, I'm Gonna Tell My Therapist on You, earning a
Fucking I literally hate everything I just saw in this video. To the gulag!
co-sign from punk outfit Anti-Flag. Their pop-punk sound is anthemic and easy to get into. However, the band also boasts enough grunge and grit to convey the defiance of disaffected communities.
Where's the punk? There has been no punk yet.
Fronted by Ashrita Kumar.
Just because you have SSRIs does not make you punk.
Pink Shift's bold focus on cultural activism through their music resonates with fans
Not seen a tattoo on anybody.
too. Although they're in the early stages of their career, the band has already supported artists like Pussy Riot and the Linda Lindas on tour. We can't wait to see what they have in
Pussy Riot's not even a punk band, and that's not even like a diss on them. I don't necessarily think they're a bad band. They're not a punk band.
store for us next.
What thrift store do you have to go to find that?
Number 7, The Chisel.
Who the fuck are any of these people? These guys definitely unironically wore Dare shirts. No one has died of heroin yet in this entire video. This is not punk.
UK punk scene is a vibrant world and definitely deserves more global attention.
Because no one knows the UK punk scene.
The Chisel is one of many bands at its forefront. They tap into iconic subgenres like oi and street punk, giving a voice to the
Like, oi!
unheard struggles of young people. Their music is characterized by the full throttle intensity of hardcore punk, as well as irresistible catchiness. However,
Nah.
don't let the upbeat hooks fool you. The socially conscious lyrics reveal the dark underbelly of society and are unapologetically anti-establishment. With their
All these bands talk about the exact same thing. Isn't that neat?
extraordinary potential, the chisel is destined for greatness.
Sounds a little bit better. That song sounds like it could have been on a Tony Hawk soundtrack. Not one of the top ones, but...
Number 6, Pup. If you thought this was too cute a name for a punk band, think again. Pup is short for pathetic use of potential.
There's such a lack of crime in this video. Sounds better.
As you can probably tell, these are punk rockers with a sense of humor, and that often translates into their music.
No, that's not allowed now. You guys are going to get canceled.
Hailing from Canada and widely celebrated there,
Never mind, they're Canadian.
Pup serves up self-aware existential dread that hits too close to home at times. But then they laugh about it. The vocals are passionate, and the instrumentation
Is it? You just sound like a white college kid who doesn't want to get a job.
is explosive. However, none of that is meant to distract from the emotional core. Instead, they amplify its rawness in a cathartic way. Besides,
My life is so hard because Starbucks went up in price.
the members are so endearingly chaotic that standing Pup is
Laughs and metal.
genuinely fun. Number 5, The Chats. This deliciously irreverent Australian band calls their
I don't know who this is.
sonic aesthetic shed rock.
I'm on smart card, so leave me alone. I'm on smart card, so leave me alone. I'm
Sounds closer to actual punk so far.
on smart card, so leave me alone.
On some days, that means garage punk. On others, it's rock and roll. Either way, they're honoring the ethos of DIY punk by making music that's rough around the edges and would probably tick off your neighbors if played too loud. The chat said,
Wait, what did you just say?
ethos of
So leave me alone. I'm on smart card, so leave me alone. I'm
Okay.
on smart card, so leave me alone.
On some days, that means garage punk. On others, it's rock and roll. Either way, they're honoring the ethos of DIY punk by making music that's rough around the edges and would probably tick off your neighbors if played too loud. The chat
That's kind of the fucking starting point of punk music. If you had to be like, this band stands out from the rest of the punk bands on this list because your neighbors might not like it. I don't know if you know what punk means.
chats have also gone viral for their Australiana, especially through songs like Smoko and Pub Feed.
All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pump beat.
For the music video
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
of the former, they had a budget of $5 whole. Still, they managed to impress rock
Yeah, it's like silly 90s college kid punk, which is better than everything else that's been on the list.
legends like Iggy Pop and Dave Grohl with it. Obviously, they're not trying to change the world by singing about smoke breaks, but sometimes that's more punk than you'd think.
More punk than all of the other shit bands that have been on here. All right, this one seems decent.
Number 4, Turnstile. This Grammy-nominated band from
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Baltimore, Maryland is best described as hardcore punk with a pop sheen texture.
Not one of these bands has had a stain on their clothes. Not one.
With shoegaze and driven by an alt-rock energy. In other words, they're constantly evolving. While many punk bands throw their fists up in the air and rage against the system, Turnstile looks inward. So you're usually left with feeling more than you bargained for with their songs.
Never let your guard down, anywhere you go.
I mean, not the worst, but definitely not a fan.
Crowds go wild at their high-octane performances, but
Do they?
the band is also capable of making you cry in the club. This versatility has garnered Turnstile a wide fan
That's why I listen to punk music, is to cry in public.
base because there's something for everyone in their discography.
Now I'm seeing stars again.
Number 3, Amyl and the Sniffers. They're
What? Huh?
one of the biggest names in the modern punk scene right now, representing Australia on the world stage.
Is that Trevor?
And they were down and over saying you should not be doing that.
Amyl and the Sniffers, fronted by the exceptionally talented and fierce Amy Taylor, is a powerhouse of a band.
Never heard of this band at all.
They've built an unbeatable reputation
Still 2 clean clothes. No one has been punched in this entire video.
for their rip-roaring concerts, but are also beloved for their outspoken
Real punk bands can't afford to make music videos.
in politics.
Hey, when you get down, ooh, you're a lit one. Always been a big star, never been a dull one.
Whether it be advocating for feminism and protecting their audience from predatory behavior during shows, or denouncing systemic oppression through their lyrics, the
Holy shit, they talk about the exact same things every other band on this list talks about. Wow. Stunning and brave.
group doesn't shy away from taking a stand. Reckless and unfiltered, Amyl and the Sniffers is not for the faint of hearts.
He idolizes Sid Vicious's girlfriend way too much.
Number 2, Fontaine's DC.
I've not heard of any of these fucking bands. These chicks would call the cops if I took them to a punk flop house back in the day. I once saw Arnoldcore at a punk house, and that shit was insane. Just like an abandoned old house where everyone went fucking ape shit jumping off the stairs. It was great.
We're taking you all the way to Dublin for this one. Formed by a group of poets turned punkers, Fontaine's DC is an award-winning band. There's a certain cerebral depth to this group that sets them apart from the rest. Their gritty post-punk sound, Grion Chatton's world-weary but compelling vocals.
You know what? You bring up a very good point. There's been no mention of like Leftover Crack or bands like that at all, which I'm not even a fan of, but it's far more punk and violent than all this garbage. Fountains DC is pretty huge in Europe.
And the hauntingly bleak lyrics hit hard.
Baby, I swear it, I wanted to call, but on my way around, I happened to fall.
The cinematic visuals of
Where's the punk?
their music videos are carried over to their concerts, making their shows feel grand and immersive. Put it simply, Fontaine's DC is an experience, and you don't want to miss it.
Diarrhea is also an experience. It doesn't mean it's a good one.
Before we continue, be sure to
Punk rock Britney Spears. Reopen the asylums.
subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Good.
You have the option to be notified
cool.
for occasional videos.
I'm all right.
England are the face of modern punk.
Who's I? Did you say the face of modern punk? What the fuck am I looking at? This is the face of modern punk. They're spinning and dancing in white suits.
They probably wouldn't like this title, though. After all, they don't consider themselves punk, even though everyone else does. However, that very defiance, combined with the band's liberal politics, screams punk. Idol's music has soul and socio-political discourse, and neither of those is presented in pretty packaging.
They're all British bands that just copy-paste each other's lyrics and play the same boring 4 chords.
My sheets, our dreams are made. He's my dream like I just got paid.
Their songs are raw,
Fucking no.
vulnerable, and even violent in the imagery they evoke at times, reflecting
Violent in the imagery. Should be violent all of the time.
the reality of
Sex and violence.
the world we live in. That said, there's also hope and love bursting
Where's the fucking punk? What the shit is this?
through the cracks. If all this
These are all the fucking retards who comment on my videos being like, metal was only offensive in the past because people were offended by it. It wasn't trying to be offensive. I'm like, you're 5 and stupid. Go listen to Anal Cunt and Dying Fetus. Like that fucking idiot who commented on the interview I did about Lamb Goat and Ronnie Radke and said something like, I come from a punk rock background, but I can't understand why people would support someone like Ronnie Radke. And I was like, you come from a punk rock background, but don't understand why someone would like an offensive artist. Really? I don't think you know what punk is. The internet was a mistake. I'm going to list off random punk bands that are better, even though they might not still be active. Sick of It All. Toxic Narcotic. I love Toxic Narcotic's live concert on YouTube. It is so good. I really want to actually cover the song Asshole by Toxic Narcotic. That'd be sweet. The Addicts are one of my favorite punk rock bands who are still doing stuff. Who else is around right now? More that I can't think of. Casualties are still doing shit. Face to Face is doing shit. Fucking, I would rather listen to Bad Religion, who are dinosaurs, compared to these fucking bands. Unfortunately, 0 punk bands on the top 10 punk rock bands list. The modern metal bands list was better. There was like at least 3 actual metal bands on that one. How could a punk be anything but left wing? Because it pisses off left wingers, therefore it's punk. I'm old enough to remember when punks would walk around wearing fucking swastikas and shit. Which they stopped doing pretty quickly, but yeah. I mean, like Sid Vicious and everything on TV. Billy Idol used to do it, I think, for a little bit. Cro-Mags, The Exploited, The Real Mackenzies, The Dead Milkmen, Nine Shock Terror, 7 Seconds. Welcome to name dropping. Wyatt's punk name dropping. Shit, I fucking loved when I saw. Was it Johnny Ramone? Whichever one's still alive. Played at Aftershock. God, fucking yeah. Adolescence, yes. The Vandals. I really liked them when I saw them. I think last year. Agent Orange. I know a lot of these are old as fuck, but they're so much more worth listening to than those modern bands. Lagwagon, No Use for a Name, punk rock. Here, I'll pull up one real quick. Let me show you punk rock, you pussy ass Watch Mojo, bitch. That's why I enjoy watching Watch Mojo. Because I turn it on and I go, what? There ain't no fucking way I'm going to get copywritten for this one. If you are looking for real punk rock, I'm pretty sure this band does not exist anymore. I think they only did like 1 album. But oh my God, this is one of my favorite live punk recordings. Toxic Narcotic, live in Boston, 2004. I am not going to get a copyright for a defunct punk band. This is punk! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. No soft music. No clean clothes. People are punching each other. Toxic Narcotic has blast beats, so they are good. Let's do... All right. Punk rock! Fuck Watch Mojo!
Every fucking God and every fucking no. Standing in the law. Everyone I know. God always what you do is something what you know. Everywhere you go. Asshole, asshole. Everyone you know. Asshole, asshole. Everyone you meet. Asshole, asshole. Motherfucking thing. Asshole, asshole.
This is for people. This is for all the people who whine about supporting offensive artists. And how could you?
You suck! Everyone that you see, that's what I'm gonna be. And never get another one to say, I'm gonna say. Sitting out, shut it off, I'm gonna be. Everyone is ready to be you and I. Everywhere you go, asshole. Everyone you know, asshole. Everyone you meet, asshole. I'm a fucking truck, asshole. All you can say, not a fucking asshole. Don't just tell you, don't fucking asshole. What you gonna do? When a fucking asshole, don't just tell you, don't fucking asshole. People get the crowd there, everywhere I go. Every fucking now there, every fucking show. Trying to get the song. Everyone I know, get the song. No one wants to do it, just the way to know. Everyone I know, see the muscle on the face. I can bring another one to clean up a day. Every other second song, not a one to pay. Everyone, every day, just to do it good. Get the fuck out of my way. You just don't look first and not thing. You fucking asshole, why my phone all day? You think too well. Everyone from the dark, wants and back, and from the asshole. Everywhere you go, asshole, everyone you know, asshole, everyone you meet, asshole, I'm the fucking train, everyone you like, asshole, everyone you like, asshole, I'm the fucking job, asshole, everywhere I go, asshole, lonely, asshole, fuck, asshole, this is asshole, everyone that you know is a fucking asshole.
That's fucking punk rock, goddammit. None of that Watch Mojo stuff. No clean clothes, no white t-shirts. Yeah, anyway, I had to get that. That was like a punk rock baptism we all needed after that awful garbage. Anyway, with that said, I think that about wraps up this podcast. Do have the after movie to play for those if you want a real concert, get ready for the after movie for the podcast. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. My band has new shows announced coming soon. We are playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go in October with Carnivore. If you'd like to go to that, hit me up for tickets. If you haven't seen the latest video on Stage Meltdowns, check it out. I've got more videos coming soon. And I'm about to start regularly doing videos on Wyatt Vision and the other channel again. The only reason I took a pause was because I was working on the Metal Meltdown video or whatever. But now, like tomorrow and over the weekend, I'm going to record a bunch of reaction videos for Wyatt Vision Slop channel. And I'll set them so they record like a video a day. So that just keeps going. So there won't be any more pause. But good times. Take it easy. Take care. Thank you all for tuning in. And with that said, where's the thing? If you want the craziest concert ever, if you want to see a little bit of what it's going to be like to see Dark Insanity at the Whiskey A Go-Go in October, this is it. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next week. Wait. All right. Now I'm leaving.
To your thighs and belly.
Like I care.
Yeah.